Da-da-da-da, Spaceballs. The only movie worse than Megalopolis that we've done on this show.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, if it hadn't have been for this, I would have. My hand went to just close it so many fucking times. Like, Jesus.
Oh, you watched it today, didn't you, Drew?
It's got a story, which is more than you can say in Megalopolis.
I watched Megalopolis just because of you guys, and holy
didn't you watch our thing first to know you shouldn't have watched it?
Did you
if you watched our video, then you would have known not to watch. Even the first few minutes of our video would have told you not to watch.
I will still reserve. It is an interesting film, even though it's terrible.
It's weird because it's interesting while being completely empty because it's saying nothing, but it's saying nothing. I don't even know.
What did I give it again?
We've already done a whole video about it. Let's not let it infest our brains anymore.
Hang on a minute, Ozone. I do want to know, what would you give it out of 10?
Megalopolis?
Megalopolis.
Oh. Am I allowed to go below 1?
Just that expression out of 10.
Yeah, there you go. No, it was a visual treat. And it ends there.
Well, Aubrey Plaza was in it, and she was cute. Yeah.
She's always a visual treat.
She is a visual treat.
I like the character, to be honest. If I'm completely honest,
yeah, the character was insane.
She was the only character that was. She was the only character that was actually somewhat interesting. All of them were very.
If you watch our video, I don't know if I think the guys agreed, but Aubrey Plaza's character and Shia LaBeouf's characters were the only sort of.
Shia LaBeouf, I think, is the most interesting character. Yeah.
Mm. I gave it a 5.
You gave it a 5?
Really?
Out of what? Yeah. 1 million?
I thought you took it down.
Yeah, from 6.
Okay.
No, that movie.
I'm not officially rated on.
I would probably rather watch Batman versus Superman again than watch Megalopolis.
I watched Batman versus Superman several times, and that is an ordeal.
I watched it at twice speed, and it wasn't worth the amount of time that I put into it. That is a movie that literally spends 95% of its time trying to justify why it exists, and then all of a sudden, we're team because Batman's mommy is his trigger point.
It's not quite as there's a lot of people punching men through buildings, but it's not as much as that. The first Snyder Superman film is entirely men punching men through buildings for like 8 hours in almost black and white.
All the Marvel and DC films are. Yeah. That's what all the Marvel and DC films are.
DC films are special. I enjoy hate watching them. I watch them every couple of years, just like pure fucking hatred in my heart.
It was the Marvel. It was the Marvel effect that made me veer off WandaVision. WandaVision started off really good, and then descended into a Marvel film by the end.
Yep.
I watched the first 2 episodes, and the first episode was like a pastiche of Bewitched. It was just like a sitcom, and I hoped they would just go to each episode. They would go through the decades, just pastiching a sitcom form or a TV form. That would have been fucking great.
Yeah,
but all episodes they'd veered off that, so I just bailed.
I would say majority of TV shows start off really slow and really rocky, and then if they're good, they eventually get good. Whereas WandaVision started off so good and really had us hooked, and by the end, we're like, it's just a fucking Marvel movie. I don't need that anymore. We have 600 of them and getting another 600.
The weird thing about the Marvel films is they're still making them and nobody knows.
There's Doomsday's coming out.
Someone's obviously watching them.
They're hoping that saves them because they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. and was it Chris Evans as Captain America?
Yeah, which is real. It's a real that's an admission of defeat at that point.
Yeah.
I mean,
they think that it's.
He was only interesting in the first Iron Man film. Beyond that, that fizzled out pretty quickly.
Yes. Yeah, it was that was the big one for me. And when I first saw because I grew up on X-Men, and when I first saw X-Men on the big screen, which is not what they evolved into eventually, there was an emotional component of holy shit, my childhood is brought to life. And then from there, it was just each other smacking each other around for no story whatsoever. It was the classic, well, you're bad, so we're the good guys, and you have to do that. And I would argue there are fun and interesting ways to have a ridiculously over-the-top action movie. Surprisingly, I'm totally shocked. Masters of the Universe. It was dumb, but it knew what it was, and it was fun, and it leaned directly into it, and it knew it shouldn't take itself seriously.
It was like a watered down version of Guardians. They were clearly trying to go for something like Guardians of the Galaxy, and they didn't nail it as hard as Guardians does.
Yeah,
but it was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a bit of a slow start.
Yeah,
but when it got kicking,
she's more focused on the war.
It took too long in our world, I think.
I at the start of it, I was on the verge. I'm like, I'm going to put it in double speed to get past this because I want to see it, but I don't know if I want to see it that bad. And 30 to 45 minutes, and then it kicks in, and you're like, oh shit, this is actually kind of good.
I'd say it's worth it if you just want something lighthearted to watch it. Like I don't care about He-Man. I don't really have nostalgia. Like it was around during my childhood, but I don't have nostalgia for it. You don't need that. It's a fun watch with some of the jokes are very good.
Especially that end.
This is a spoiler, but in the cartoon, it would always it would end with them laughing, like somebody would tell a weak joke, and they'd all go, ha, ha, ha. And they do that in the film, but it's not the ending, which makes it funnier as well. They have to move on from that, and like, okay.
No, and it's one of those though that's like if you hadn't seen He-Man, you'd just be like, well, that's really dumb and stupid. But because I had, and every episode ended like that, it's like, that's why it's funny, because it's dumb and stupid.
Like they make the dumbness, like the dumb names, like Ram Man, and they make that part of the plot in a really smart way, actually. Yeah.
Fisto, and they actually lean into Fisto too, and have a whole conversation. Fisto.
And it's got what's the name out of Community, giving it the right amount of camp she's Evelyn. She's just the right amount of like chewing the scenery in just a perfect way. And the only performance I've ever enjoyed by what's the name? Jay Leto?
Jared Leto. I was about to say. Yeah, that is probably Jared Leto's best performance because you can't see him, you can't really hear him.
Yeah, they did it just right. Yeah, fun film. Yeah, not like the best film you're ever going to watch, not the best film you're going to watch this month, but a fun. If you just want a light-hearted, easy to watch thing, perfect.
But it's one of those where, again, how do you make a live-action He-Man? I'm one of those people that like the original live-action Super Mario Brothers. That was just insanely weird. I love that film. Yeah. I love that film because is it a great film? No, but it's fucking fun. And they're like, take this and make it real versus the cartoons now where they just take the video game and it's the video game. But there's no way you can do that and be serious about it.
If you're taking like an 80s style like kids cartoon and doing it live action, like it's got to be silly. You can't take it too seriously. You've got to make it silly. And He-Man, right ballot, like again, it's that thing we were talking about with Psycho Gorman and Love and Monsters. Like you can have the comedy be comedy, but then the action can be grounded, and that's the balance you need.
Psycho Gorman is at great risk of hitting a 10, if I'm honest.
I think it's already a 10 for me. Great.
I've just got to watch it a second time. The thing is, it's one of those films I don't want to watch it again because I don't want to burn out on it.
Yeah. Keep it in your back pocket kind of thing.
I question Chris's review system considering he gave Megalopolis a 5.
Yes.
It is the way we rate films is very subjective and of the moment, and like Chris finds it interesting.
I'll tell you what, right? The fact that it made a good Space Virgins episode probably helped it. Do you know what I mean? Like I like films you can talk about.
I disagree with that. Yeah.
Well, films that I don't want to say like ask questions, but like I don't know, films that you can talk about,
questions
films that are different. I don't know. Like, I mean, I can't defend Megalopolis as a good film, but I can defend it as an interesting film.
It's not an interesting film because it's not a film. It's interesting that it exists. And it's interesting that it takes the form that it does while saying nothing.
Yeah.
I think that it really is because who created it? He financed it by himself, right?
Oh, Francis Ford Coppola.
Francis Ford Coppola, which lines up perfectly, right? Like that is a Francis Ford Coppola movie. He's financing it. He is going to make it how he wants. And damn it, he did. That doesn't make a good movie, but he got his vision out there.
It's very similar. It's very similar.
I'm not sure there's been a vision to be
Yeah, it's his vision is that kids are a bit of a concern and something about technology.
Exactly that. No, it's
and
quite
lots
similar
of drugs.
It's quite similar to Disclosure Day, which I watched the other day, which is another like old boomer director who used to know how to make films, who doesn't anymore, doing a kind of manifesto about something. It's unclear what. Watching it, and it's just an incoherent. It's getting good reviews, which is blowing my mind because it's just a jumble of ideas. Like good Spielberg back in the day, he was so focused. Like every fucking frame was pared down to just the essentials of what you need to tell a story visually, and every frame contributed to that. And his modern films, Disclosure Day in particular, is just a jumble of throwing ideas at the wall, which is the opposite of what used to make his films good.
Yeah.
Well, there's someone in my community goes by Blender Dumbass, and he loves watching and reviewing films. And like he broke down Ready Player One, and I had started watching Ready Player One, and I had to turn it off. And as he's going through it, he's breaking down all of these. He's like, "See how this is set up this way," and this is like, "Yes, I understand," but my brain can only handle so much, and he is like quadruple that. So like every single scene, you can manipulate everything exactly how you want it now. That doesn't mean you should, because
constraints often lead to good art. And also it's just the way of making films. Mainstream modern films are just it doesn't have to, as the Marvel films are the epitome of this. If you think about it too hard, it doesn't make any sense. So they just move quickly enough that you don't get time to think about it too hard.
Oh yeah.
So like if you sit down, if you watch a Marvel film and then afterwards sort of like diagram out what happened and why and what people's motivation was, it makes no fucking sense whatsoever. But it's moving so fast that you don't get, your brain doesn't get time to do that. Which is like watch Jaws, which is like compared to 70s films, it's a fast moving action film. But you watch Jaws now, and it's so slow. It gives you so much time to think. So motivations have to make sense, and characters have to, be situated in the world and the narrative, and it's so good.
Do you remember that film that was maybe about 15 years ago called Harry Brown with Michael Caine?
No.
Okay, this might be one for Space Virgins.
Was it called Harry Brown with Michael Caine?
No. Harry Brown, and Michael Caine plays Harry Brown.
Right.
And it's a complete Daily Mail film. So if we do end up watching on Space Virgins, it'll be an absolute hate watch, because basically it's this old white guy who lives on an estate, and he's fed up of the kids just doing drugs and being mean.
Is it?
Might have seen it.
What were the 80s the Canon films with Charles Bronson? What? Hamish, come on, you're old.
We all are.
Charles Bronson Canon film. Death Wish, yeah. Is it like Death Wish?
Oh,
like a Grindhouse type movie?
No, I don't think so. I think it's more of a righteous boomer film, like more of a. Oh, if only old people could have guns, we could go out and shoot.
That's literally
Tourism, but without redemption.
Okay,
this is it feels like this. So reading the plot on Wikipedia, Harry Brown is an elderly pensioner. So this immediately makes me feel like old white guys now have tons of money, and instead of young white guys being the hero, now we're going to make the old white guys the hero. And it's like he's a decorated Royal Marine and a veteran of Northern Ireland conflict. It's like, okay, so
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Michael Caine has been in some dodgy films. He was in the one where
he's such a good actor, but
it's called The Statement, and he's a former SS. He was a bit
for a little while, and even then, some of them.
That's a lot of asterisks there. He was in this film called The Statement, where he plays a former, I think it's like an SS officer, where he executed a whole bunch of Jewish people, and then fast forward 50 years, and then he's on the run from Jewish hitmen because they want revenge, and they
Nazi hunters,
yeah, and they weave the narrative that this guy, I was going to call him Harry Brown for a second, whoever Michael Caine is actually the victim in all of this, and at the end, someone literally asks the cop who's investigating all, well, wasn't he a Nazi? Shouldn't we have turned a blind eye or something? He goes, well, he's not a communist, so Yeah.
Yeah.
But they do it all all unironically. Like it's all like.
Well, but that it is that sounds like a story of changing geopolitical times, right?
They gave it away with the Daily Mail.
Look at Bond.
That's how the film got out.
Bond originally was against the Russians and eventually, the Chinese, the North Koreans. And then all of the spy movies became Middle Eastern terrorists and things like that. I wonder if we're seeing that kind of change in society. Like in movies like that, you're like,
you're not going to see Bond fighting mega rich.
Right, exactly, right?
Yeah.
That's like too close to the...
I can't take Batman.
Hollywood is so secure. Like the capital is so secure that like you do get anti-capitalist Hollywood films.
Yeah,
frequently. I mean, like any given Disney film, it's always like the megacorp that's coming in to destroy the whatever, and the heroes fight against because they know it doesn't do anything.
I'm sure there's got to be a term for it, but if anything, it secures them because it basically it brings would-be opposition into the tent, as it were,
into the fold. And also it's cathartic. It dissipates that political energy. You feel satisfied at something.
I can't take Batman seriously anymore because it's like, dude, you're a billionaire. It's like you could have just, helped feed the people and maybe they wouldn't come to that point.
I think it was like it might have been a PhD thing or something, but I think somebody did the maths on that. Like all the money he spends on like gadgets and guns.
Yeah.
If he spent that on social
programs,
it would have done more good. Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, Elon Musk asked, thinking he was making a joke about something unattainable about feeding everybody, and somebody from the UN came back and told him, and he went, and walked away.
Father under B for bin.
He could have actually done that, but never mind.
And I say anymore, I mean, like growing up from being a kid, right? Because as a kid, you really think that you can change society this way, and then you come to realize that there's better ways to do it instead of beating up people.
But I always felt with Batman that was some of the Batmans that was like the tongue-in-cheek sort of point in a way, like how Batman particularly in like the Nolan films, probably one of the better portrayals of Batman. He is like you apply just the smallest amount of media analysis, and he is the bad guy.
Yeah,
I agree with that, but I don't think the Nolan films are doing that. That's kind of why I don't like them. They're horrible, but I enjoy watching the Snyder films because not in their inception, but superheroes like as a thing functionally is pure fascism. It's literally Ubermensch, right?
Did you watch The Boys?
Snyder just leans into that. They are just fascist, and he's sort of celebrating that. The will of a powerful individual, asserting their dominance over blah, blah, blah. And that's why it does make the Snyder films interesting, I think. Terrible, awful films, but interesting in that they embrace what it fundamentally is.
It's not fascism because we're forcing it on other people. So that it's okay.
Yeah. And he has a cool tank. That's But Drew had an interesting idea when we was on Freebooters talking about how like an analysis of the Adam West Batman movie and like a Christopher Nolan movie side by side could be quite interesting.
Yeah,
because
we watched the '60s Adam West Batman film, and we watched at the same in a double whatever. We watched the a Nolan Batman film, and then we talk about the two of them together,
because you did allude to, and this is the fascism kind of exists in both, but is wrapped up very differently. So with the '60s Batman, you've got American exceptionalism, and it's a bit more like liberal capitalism, where it's like, I appreciate the American freedoms, yada yada yada, but I'm still a millionaire and I'm still going to do whatever I want. But America is great like that. And then you've got the sort of the more overtly fascism side of the coin, which is, say, for example, Dark Knight Rises, where he's basically forcing violence on the poor. And
there's one of the Batman films, I don't remember which, I don't remember if it's a Nolan one, where Batman just like hooks into everybody's mobile phones in the city.
That's
as a viewer, you're supposed to be, that's cool. It's cool that he's doing that.
No, you're supposed to be like, this is beyond the pale. Yeah, that's why Morgan Freeman quits the operation.
I remember that coming out at that part, and I think a lot of the audience, like for me, a IT nerd, don't tell anyone, like that was horrifying. And I talked to so many people that had that reaction of, "Oh, that's so, that's so cool that Batman could do that," and they totally miss the moral implications of what they're saying there because it's become so normalized.
Because even the liberalism has been eroded to the point where we are like mass surveillance and because all of them, the Marvel films and DC films, like there's a ton of what should be illegal surveillance in them. Like they just like the hacker person will just hook into like security like no warrants, no anything. It's like I think
because you're the good guy.
I don't know whether it's a Hollywood thing, like normalizing those ideas, or whether it's just an acceptance of that's the world we live in, and they see it as okay because they're the ones benefiting from it.
Well, and it's interesting to me that we're talking about the Adam West versus the current Batmans. Like, if anything, the one that's taken serious is the more realistic one. But when you're talking about a man in a cape saying he's a bat. Like it should be a fucking bat. You should take it as serious as the 60s one.
That's what I was saying the other. Yeah, the 60s one is a bit too silly for me, but I think Batman. He's a man.
It's great. Yeah,
because of childhood trauma, dresses as a bat and goes out at night. That's so fucking stupid. That it's got to be silly. You've got to do it silly. You've got to lean into the silliness.
Right?
Yeah.
And they nail that.
I know, I Adam West is my favorite Batman of all time. The series is great. The film's great. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
I mean, I like the series. I like the film. Great. I think it was great with quotes. They're like a star there. Like it knows what it is. It's Batman. It's dressing up. It's leaning into the most ridiculous campiness possible. I haven't seen that movie in forever. And that is,
it likes what I was saying about Masters of the Universe. Like I need some grounding. I need things to be grounded. And
that's not grounded at all.
Completely ungrounded.
Yeah.
There are, over the course of I think it's the third series, that Robin says some really low-level worrying things about Batgirl, who they bring in. Like he says she looks very beautiful when there's a part of the scene where I think they have to she's not part of the Batcave team. She's a separate superhero that does her own thing. She comes in and they have to basically anesthetize her in and out of the Batcave so she doesn't know where it is. And Robin says something like, when she's all passed out like that, she's very pretty. And it's like that's like a coming of age kind of
different times,
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've never. But people have been talking about different times for forever, and it's not. People know. People just accept things differently.
No. I think a lot of morality is socially prescribed and negotiated. You get the exceptional people who do. I don't think that extends to things like chattel slavery. Like they knew that was wrong. They had to objectively construct a system of thought to make that logically acceptable.
Make them feel okay. But I mean, the 60s Batman was also more directed towards kids. So is it a childlike wonder? I mean, the fact that you call her Batgirl, right, is instantly something we would question today.
Very, very lengthy tradition in art of passed out or sleeping female subjects portrayed because femininity is passive in the dichotomy. Femininity is passive, so the ultimate form of passivity is unconsciousness. So an unconscious female form is the most feminine thing that you can portray.
That raises some concerning questions.
Yeah, I think it's okay as an artistic cultural dichotomy. It's not okay when you apply it to an actual human being.
Yeah. I think Batgirl's Batgirl because I think she's a bit older than Robin, but much younger than Batman. So I think she's I don't know, she's in the realm of girl, if that makes sense. That doesn't sound
completely forgot
girl is used for young women.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to say 22. When, compared to Adam West.
Oh, she's 30. She's 30 at the time of the role.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Well, then she would be. Yeah, they would cast her young. She drove a motorcycle, didn't she?
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I always fancied the Cat women. They like it. Forget.
Yes, true.
Sorry, Jerry Halliwell, but the cat, all
Jerry
of the
Halliwell?
cat women on
Why would you ever say sorry to Jerry Halliwell? What's she done?
being Catwoman and not as sexy as
She?
the other. Yeah.
You don't mean Jerry Halliwell.
No, I do not
I
mean
don't
Jerry
think he
Halliwell.
does.
I mean Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Okay, yeah.
You mean Halle
the
Berry?
The one thing
Well,
I'll
that's
say
a
about
very
Halle
different
Berry.
person.
It's a
One
very-
of them's
Halle-
a black woman, one of them's a ginger woman. That's like, you couldn't get much.
what happened in my head there?
Well, the one thing I'll say about Halle Berry is for her Catwoman movie, she got what's it called, a Raspy or whatever for like one of the worst films ever, and she actually showed up and accepted it. Like that's a lot of balls.
No, absolutely, yeah. And I don't think her acting was particularly bad. It's a stupid fucking.
Oh, just
role.
terrible movie. It was just terrible.
Well, it's
movie,
just a terrible movie. Terrible.
But-
also,
but-
I think she was the sexiest. Catwoman.
But the cat, one of the cat
Doesn't
women,
do much for me.
I think the Catwomen, the Catwoman from the movie. There's like 3 or 4 of them. The play the actor, the play Catwoman over the course of it. She drinks milk out of a saucer.
Anne Hathaway has, doesn't she?
Which I don't know why I find that arousing. I do not know.
I mean, there's I mean, Batman in general, but Catwoman in particular. Does she use a whip? Like, there's a BDSM thing going on. She's wearing leather.
Yes,
like,
but it's not as overt.
Eartha Kitt was the
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
Was she the first one?
Is that Ophelia, Drew?
Yeah, Ophelia. Yeah, just an
Ophelia,
example of extremely passive femininity and all.
Oh Christ!
Yeah, there were.
Do you not know that picture?
I don't know that picture. No.
Oh, right, okay, so it's quite famous.
They were from the Midlands, the pre-Raphaelites, or centered in the Midlands.
I think I can pop up the.
Oh,
No,
a
I
couple
can't.
different Catwomen.
Where did
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
put
say,
that? Was
he
that in the
looked- he
Space
looked-
Virgins chat?
Yeah, it's in the chat here. Yeah.
Jerry
Oh, yeah.
Newmar, Lee Merriweather,
Oh yeah, Anne
Eartha Kitt,
Hathaway did it in the recent film.
and
didn't she?
Hathaway did it. Oh, who was in the? There's another. Oh God, oh Danny DeVito, Michael Keaton.
Penguin?
Yeah.
There was a
Penguin was,
Catwoman that. What was her name? I can't remember.
Was that not
She
the
was
Halle
it.
Berry one?
No, she was awesome.
The highest rated episode of the Adam West Batman is part 1 and part 2 of that darn Catwoman, which I would recommend anyone to watch because
Michelle
basically
Pfeiffer.
Catwoman is up on a ledge. She's threatening to jump, and Batman says to her, "Goes, I'll do anything if you get down." And then Catwoman says, "Marry me, Batman." And then Batman says, "Anything except that."
I mean, that's another thing. It's another thing in the archetype. Isn't it? Like, he's got to be a playboy. He's got to be ultimately single. He can't be tied down. That's part of the fantasy, right?
Yeah.
It's Michelle Pfeiffer and the Michael Keaton ones.
Yeah. As an aficionado of monster girls, though, Catgirl doesn't really do it for me because she's like the worst kind of monster girl where they just take a girl and put like cat ears on her. That's not a fucking monster girl. That's just a girl.
That's just a YouTuber.
That's just a Friday night.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think is it Julie Newmar plays her in the film. I think I want to say that.
Have you seen there's an episode of Ted where the cousin dresses as Catwoman?
An episode of what? Sorry?
Ted.
Oh,
The cousin dresses as Catwoman.
Which episode is that again?
Series 1, episode.
Oh, Blair.
Halloween one. Blair,
I didn't even know there was a Ted TV show.
Oh my god! Right.
Oh my god! You've got to watch. There's two series now, and it's excellent. It's way better
excellent.
than the films.
I saw.
The first series. It's just mind-blowingly good. My money.
I saw the GIF that you guys posted, and it is GIF. It's not GIF. The GIF that you posted was a couple weeks ago about Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah.
It's called him.
All right. Yeah,
I have kids here, so I can't say it, but okay. That's my kind of humor. I love that kind of quick,
start at the beginning.
Stupid switch.
Start at the beginning.
That's why you like
there's a few
Spaceballs.
callbacks.
Yes, that is 100%
Oh yeah, we're
why I
good
like
Spaceballs,
Spaceballs.
aren't we?
Oh yeah,
Awful fucking
Spaceballs. Right. Yeah. So
This is how every episode starts. Don't worry about it, wasn't
yeah.
No, that's I've seen them.
You've seen them, you've seen them and you still watched. Megalopolis.
I didn't see I saw the beginning. I saw the beginning of that one, and you guys were talking about Megalopolis. I'm like, I'm just gonna go watch that. I think I had that on, and like I'm like, oh my god, this is awful. And then I was letting it play while I was working, and I kept getting sidetracked with work and stuff. And I think it took me like 3 or 4 days to watch that 2-hour movie.
It took 2 days for me to get through it.
So bad.
I had to stop, but I pushed myself to go just past the middle of it, so that I knew I had less left than I had already watched.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing. Yeah, I had to split it into 2 sittings. Also, Ozone did, like all of us, I think, experienced like it's. And I don't mean this really sort of like as a metaphor or hyperbolically. I genuinely felt like time dilation watching that film. Like it felt like 8 hours. It was 2 hours that felt like 8 hours.
It feels like a lot longer from me.
Like,
no, that's one of those movies where you're like, oh my god, it's such a slog. And you pause it, and you're like, it's been like hours, right? And it's been 15 minutes. You're like, oh god, get ready for the rest of this.
Exactly. Yeah. It's uncanny.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Adam.
He's good at that. I mean, Apocalypse Now has got that sort of feeling of time stretching as well. Although
it's because Adam Driver keeps stopping time during the movie.
That's
not at the end. Not at the end. The baby stops it, which makes me wonder, like, is the baby going to grow up while they're all just standing there doing nothing?
We talk about that in our episode, yeah.
Have you, Ozone, have you seen the recent Fantastic Four film?
No. Wait, which one?
It's a very recent one, like last couple of years, I think. That one. I think based on Masters of the Universe and stuff, I think you'd enjoy it.
I've seen one of the Fantastic. I think that has it been 2? Is it the one where what's his name comes to destroy the planet? Yeah,
Pedro Pascal. Yeah.
Okay.
Was
there 1 or 2?
Spoilers, but it's got a magic baby in it. But a magic baby done well.
Okay, unlike Megalopolis.
I
started watching the most recent Superman, but they had the super dog, and it was like a bloody video game.
The most recent Superman was great. I loved it.
No, I had to stop.
There's a super dog.
Yeah.
In the most recent Superman film, there's a super dog.
It's very cartoony.
It's by what's his name? Who did? What did he do?
What's his
Superman.
name?
He did Superman, but he's one of those people he's genuinely into the comics, and he enjoys pulling like really obscure characters. Like he had Dot Man in the
No,
Dot Man.
One of the ones I absolutely love is they do Lego Batman, right?
Was the director.
Oh yeah.
They did Lego Batman, and they talk about Condiment King. And now, like in these Batman, you'll see that because it actually says like he really exists. Look him up. So of course I did. Yeah, there was the Condiment King as a Batman villain, and now I've seen him in like a whole bunch of other little places. Is it
not Justice League? What was the? They did 2 films of this particular quite close together.
Terrible.
One was terrible, and then James Gunn did one that was enjoyable. It's like an ensemble thing of not well known superheroes. Yeah, one was Polka Dot Man, whose power is just that he vomits polka dots. Suicide Squad, yeah, the second one of those, the James Gunn one, very very fun.
Yeah. Well, that's what I feel like they need to pick a lane, right? Like if they're gonna be serious and go serious with it, actually talk about like and some of them have like The Boys, like the moral implications of these.
Really?
Right? Like there is no good guy, bad guy, and it's very easy for these all-powerful beings to see it their way and everyone else is wrong, and they have the ability to do it. Or you go with like what is it, Spider-Man through multiverse or whatever, and it's just fun. It's just a visual absolute delight, and you lean into that. I mean, if you go back and read the comics, you can't take them seriously because they're not great stories. They're not.
Well, they are power fantasies for nerdy young boys. That's what they were originally. They weren't necessarily that very much aligns with fascism, but I think they tended to be a very left liberal format. Yeah. And then the X-Men, which at various times has been sort of symbolically about homophobia or being Jewish or racism, and it can encompass all of those things. I think that they are readable in through various lenses. One is they are pure fascism. One is they're fairly progressive in terms of their ideals. And yet one just being they're just fun. Let's just have fun.
Isn't the Flash supposed to be quite like progressive? Big into his restorative justice and all that kind of stuff.
I only know Flash through the
War one.
show. I only know him through the TV show, which I enjoy a lot. But that's all I know of him.
Okay.
But in that, he certainly leans that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, he's only got speed on his side, hasn't he? He doesn't have much else, does he?
Kind of. He controls, I think they call it the Speed Force, which is really about more than just speed.
It's the idea it controls time, and you can if you go fast enough, the Speed Force, then essentially anything can be traversed, and but then again, it's one of those, we try to justify this absolute ridiculousness to the point where it comes back to even more ridiculousness, so then they try to justify that. It's the midi-chlorian situation in Star Wars. Like, we all accepted the Force. You didn't need to justify it. If anything, you ruined it.
There's a 50-50 split you can make in like science fiction in general. Like the science fiction that tries to explain everything, explain how everything works, and some people enjoy that. That's why. And then you got like the Asimov style science fiction where it's just like, it's atomic. Don't worry about it. The story is what matters.
That's I think why I like Star Trek better too, because it's always convert the front array to this or that, and everyone you don't question it, because that's just it's
inconsistent. Like in terms of how the replicators or the holodeck work, it's inconsistent episode to episode.
And then don't bother explaining it.
They're using that to tell a story.
The inertial dampers work very well, thank you. That's the answer that they give.
And that's why I tell this all when I talk about time travel things. I hate time travel stories. Any kind of story that uses time travel to solve a problem is a worthless story, because it is a writer writing the easy way out of their situation.
Okay, I sort of agree with you, but are you including in that the first Bill and Ted film?
And Back to the Future, because that's kind of about time travel.
So I knew everyone mentions, the first thing that everyone mentions to me is Back to the Future, to which I argue it's not a time travel movie. Overrated. It uses time travel to start the movie, but the movie is about him and his parents and all of this stuff. And then, getting home, right? Okay. The second one is a time travel movie, and I think the second one is by far worse, in my opinion. Bill and Ted cannot be taken seriously on any level, and is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Bill and Ted, they're pointing at the absurdity of that way of using time travel. I think that's what makes it.
They get their assignment in on time, don't they? And they get an A.
And it's a great assignment.
Yeah.
But you can travel through time, but you can't go back to the beginning of your speech. You have to be there at that time.
Yes, time is always running in San Bernardino. What's San?
Yeah. Is it San Bernardino?
Yeah, San Bernardino, and they justify that, and you're like, okay, sure. I mean, the rest of it's nonsense. Well,
Don't forget the one you watch.
And it's got George Carlin in it, hasn't it?
He's the Rufus.
Rufus, that's it. Yeah.
But no, I mean, Bill and Ted definitely is more my style of comedy again.
I will defend the shit out of Bill and Ted, particularly the first one. But I don't think any of them are bad.
I was very, very worried, but I was pleasantly surprised by the third one.
Yeah.
Where they actually kind of bring the story back around, and I really liked that.
It was unnecessary, it is. Yeah. If you're going to do it, they did it about as well as you can do it.
Yeah. But that's why after seeing Naked Gun, the newest Naked Gun.
Not seen that.
Oh, if you like the originals, in this one, Liam Neeson even goes. He's talking to his dad, which is Leslie Nielsen, and he's like, I want to be exactly like you, except totally different and completely on my own. And like they just, they lay out exactly what they're going for, and they nail that. And that's when, of course, because I'm a big Spaceballs fan, everyone that when Spaceballs, the new one, was announced, like people were pinging me left and right saying, "Did you see?" It's like, yes. And they're like, "Aren't you afraid?" It's like, I'm cautiously optimistic that they can do it well based on what I've seen from others.
I mean, they can hardly make it worse.
I was going to say the same thing. It's such a low bar. If they turn up.
We've had this conversation a few times, so I'll just lay the groundwork. The best Mel Brooks film is Blazing Saddles, and Drew, you like Young Frankenstein too.
Yes. Blazing Saddles is the best. Young Frankenstein's very good. Producers is a work of genius, but it's a couple of core things that are amazing in it, and the rest is.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot, and I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. I can't do Young Frankenstein. I don't know what it is about that movie.
It's very different, yeah.
The timing of it, the beats of the jokes just don't. It feels like so dry to me.
The rest of his films are very like shotgun approach in terms of what they're satirizing. But Young Frankenstein, it's doing something very specific, like very specific.
I love the producers, especially the musical. I think that is such.
Springtime for Hitler.
Blazing. Yes. Blazing Saddles.
All right.
Is
so you know the song "Springtime for Hitler"?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
I sing the song when it's home time. I go home time for Christopher.
I'll catch myself just singing it. Just springtime for like if anybody overheard me.
I actually think that Blazing Saddles is one of those that should be taught. Like historically, because while it uses a lot of offensive language, it fully sits in making fun of the situation that it's in. Again, it is a satire that just throws it all at the wall and it doesn't care.
It's starting from the premise of there were quite a lot of black cowboys, and that you never, up until like the 90s, you never see that in film. So at the point at where it was made, that's its starting point, and then it's showing the racism. But empowering the black person within the racism. He's the one laughing at the white people for being so fucking stupid.
And questioning the power authority, like when he's holding himself hostage, right? Like, oh my God. It's an absolutely brilliant opinion of
But it's
I love that.
It's saying something. Spaceballs says nothing. It says Star Wars but silly, right? Like Pizza the Hut. Like, fuck's sake, is that even a joke?
That's the first point where I wanted to close it, because I think it fails at being a parody of.
It's the joke from the. It's the joke from the playground when Pizza the Hut.
So
I noted down the things in it that I found funny. Okay, so first one is Princess Leia when she takes her headphones off.
I love that part.
That was funny. And when they say like
Princess Vespa,
Princess Vespa, sorry. They ask how far away they are or something, and say 30,000 lightly, and that made me like that was it. And those are two things. Because I think the reason I don't find it funny is because everything's played with a wink. Everything's played very, very broad, like very wet comedy. Like, and I lean towards dry.
I mean, they break the fourth wall about a dozen times in the movie. So
and it goes beyond, like, it's meta. It's very meta. Like, you caught the stunt people, that kind of thing. But like that stuff's done better in Blade.
Oh, and it has like the merchandising scene.
That's okay. So, and that's what I was going to say is
high satire though, because that's taking the piss out of Lucas and what he was all about, really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's what I think it's actually saying. It's coming off of those big things and taking it. Just throwing it in the face that we are creating these weird, ridiculous, crazy characters. Why? Because of merchandising, right? And that's really what it's. But also being a fun action movie.
Do you think that Lucas knew making the first film because merchandising like that didn't exist really before Star Wars? Star Wars invented.
He obviously knew something. He obviously had researched something
on that level.
On that level, yes. So there's this idea that Lucas is this genius that knew that he was going to create this thing. For anyone out there, go look up who wrote and directed the second episode. Go look and who directed, Return of the Jedi. But
look at the state that the original film was in before his wife edited it.
Yeah, it was his wife made it.
He's not the genius he gets credit for. And as for marketing, like people had their favorite cowboy dolls, Zorro or the Lone Ranger. Like they existed, but it did not exist at this level.
Dot figures for quite
I don't think he could have known making the first film the level of.
He wouldn't know how big it would be. No,
he had no clue.
But he still knew that there was good money to be made out of it. And
then the second film was directed by somebody else. The third film was. I think the third film, Jedi, is the first one where he's making it for the toys. I mean, the Ewoks are in there to be toys,
and and I think that's what they're trying to go for, is these weird, over the top, while also being in your face, dumb, funny. Like Mel Brooks has always been that kind that he just kind of calls the stupidness out as he sees it, and that's what I see something like Pizza the Hut as, and that's why I think it's so funny and over the top, because yes, he's a giant pizza man, but if you look, it's not really that well done, and I don't think they really care.
Well, I wondered why there was a dude inside it.
Yeah,
why isn't it just a puppet? Because the mouth is clearly puppetry. He's not articulating it like with his chin. And is there a dude inside it just to look? Is that to look funny, or was that a technical thing? Or
I don't know.
It looks creepy as hell.
It does. Yeah, and I mean, I always saw that as his tongue.
Did it strike anybody as odd that there's no Luke and there's no Obi-Wan?
Yes.
There is. Is there?
I mean, Lone Star is Luke, and Yogurt
Luke and Han Solo, isn't it?
Luke and Han Solo. Solo. It's mostly Han Solo doing the Luke stuff.
Yeah. And Mel Brooks, I find it interesting, he's not as good of a commentator on his own movies, because he is more like, oh yeah, that guy's hair's done by this person, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool, but I wanted to know where this character came from. And he's that mashup though. Like Han Solo couldn't have been Luke, right? But you have the ring, which is then inside of you, and his mentor, his Obi-Wan, is Yogurt, who is Yoda. Now, obviously, they try to take 3 movies and cram it down into one, while also trying to be its own thing.
To start with, I think the Star Wars films, the first 3, I think they're unusual for the kind of films they are at that time, for having both Luke and Han.
Oh yeah, two main.
Han does more than Luke. Luke blows up the Death Star. He does the bigger thing, but Han is more instrumental to what's happening, and you follow Han more. I think, I don't know in terms of pure time, but I feel like you follow. So it is. They've got sort of 2 main leads, 2 main heroes. I mean, Han's a little bit of an anti-hero, and Luke's the pure hero, but it's more like a fantasy thing than a sci-fi thing in that regard, specifically.
And John Candy as Barf is just the comedy sidekick.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love him. I love him so much.
I like John Candy a lot. Love him in like Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. Amazing performance. Like being irritating and lovable at the same time. Amazing.
Yes.
But
Barf. I mean, the joke. I don't know how nerdy you are about Star Wars, but do you know what Chewbacca, where Chewbacca comes from in Star Wars? He was Lucas's dog. Lucas had a dog.
I didn't know that.
His dog sat with him in the car all the time, and that was where the Chewbacca came from. So it was just a dog, basically.
Yeah, I think more than any. What's his name? What's the director's name? I've gone blank.
George Lucas.
Mel Brooks.
No, of Spaceballs. Mel Brooks. More than any other Mel Brooks film that I've seen, it feels ad-libbed. Like it feels like an SNL skit that goes on for 90 minutes.
It does a bit. Yeah.
So interestingly enough,
there's a few set pieces and they've sort of strung them together.
In the director's commentary of the movie, he actually talks about how uncomfortable he was making that movie, Spaceballs, because he's coming off of wanting to make these just stupid pull no punches movies, and he does theater and whatnot, and then they give him ridiculous amounts of money to make Spaceballs, and he's like, he didn't actually enjoy making it because he didn't want it to be this huge, giant, grandiose thing based on it.
It must have had a good budget, because I think the opening shot, the spaceship coming in, like it's a really good model. Like it's a model. It's too good a model for what the film is. Really.
The model and the model is actually done by someone former LLM. No, it's industrial ILM.
ILM.
I think Brooks said at the time it was his largest budget ever, which again made him uncomfortable because, let's be honest, he makes dick and fart jokes.
Say that once they got some big budget, they were like, what Drew was saying earlier about constriction, breeds creativity.
I think that can be overstated sometimes. I think freedom is also good, but constraints.
Yeah.
So, and I think that Spaceballs was, in comparison to something like Blazing Saddles or even the producers, was actually a lot more careful.
It's not as political, is it? I mean, space, like producers and Blazing Saddles in particular.
They stay in the Star Wars lane with this film.
Very political, very edgy, very anti-bourgeois sensibilities.
The commentary is basically people in power are idiots.
And I think it's the making them pay for air thing is one of the only bits in it that's an actual...
And the president.
The president,
It's quite Trumpian.
Well, and that's the crazy thing is when you look at that time frame and you're like, oh, that's just absolutely ridiculous. And here we are, like, it might not be so ridiculous in the future. It's more dystopian than
we got W. Bush. I think he was the first full-on, actively clownishly stupid president. Well, Reagan, W, and then Trump.
And I mean, I think it's easy to say that now because we didn't live through the past presidencies, but also, or prime ministers or what have you, but also people did not have access to these large figures that we do now. And even the governor of Blazing Saddles.
They didn't have the same access to us. I mean, a president tweeting is very different from the 80s media landscape.
Oh, yeah.
I just wish he would stop. But I love that model too.
That's the best idea.
The model of Spaceball 1, I think is hilarious, and then it turns into a maid. And again, I think that's one of his political commentaries, because while the maid is a machine, it's quite obvious, what the maid is supposed to be going kind of after.
The princess says it's a model of me. Like, she identifies it as her, which I think is a little bit of a class.
No, she said it's a giant maid.
Oh, I thought she said it's a giant maid. Did they miss it?
No.
Giant maid. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes, but it's a maid that is kind of...
You almost derived some meaning out of this film.
I did. Also, sorry, before...
Hey, the planet is a bit of a Buck Rogers reference as well, I feel.
Is it?
An entrance exit for the planet.
Oh,
I was thinking, like, this film actually prefigures a lot of what comes in the later Star Wars. Is like Druidia. It's very what's in episode 1? What's the planet?
Naboo.
Very Naboo. I think the literal gate through the force field. I think they have that in Rogue One.
They do, but they also have that in the 80s in Buck Rogers, and late 70s in the Buck Rogers show.
Yeah.
The Earth is like a shield around it, and there's a gate opens to let the pilots back in.
I will.
That was where he picked that one up from.
Yeah, there were a couple of moments in the film that made me laugh with the physical comedy, I will say.
And again, I grew up on the Three Stooges. I love physical comedy. I'm sorry, dick and fart jokes are hilarious. When you're pulling out your Schwartz, a Jewish reference, from your crotch, that is funny to me. That is hilarious. I always laugh at that, even if it's a little bit.
I lean the other way. Like, a very, like, 1 in 100 times physical comedy will get me, but generally I'm just like, stop. It's clowning. Like, I don't like clowning.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And
you've got the alien references, of course, with John Hurt and the creature and everything.
And again, if I remember, like, they reached out to John Hurt and it was like, there's no way he's going to do this for us. And when he said yes, they're like,
I remember him saying that, and he said, yeah, do it.
It's also got
John Hurt came across as they thought he was too serious and stuffy, and he wouldn't do it. Yeah.
As Princess Vespa, we've got Zafny Zuniga, I don't know. Who I've had a crush on. I've had a crush on since the much better film, The Sure Thing. Watched that as a kid, and I've been in love with her ever since.
She's going to be in the Spaceballs, the new one.
Really?
Yeah.
Still looking good.
She's Queen Vespa now, though, apparently. I just watched the Comic-Con panel earlier today about it.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, I like to lean into this Spaceballs kind of idea that I'm an absolute nut for it. I know the entire movie. I think it's a genius piece of film. Is it the greatest movie of all time? No, it really is not. It is a comedy sci-fi opera that's a satire of the times. I think it holds up quite well, and if anything, I think it does even better knowing where Star Wars has gone.
Yeah, I think that's
but I think it holds up on
Mm.
its own by itself as well.
What would you?
Yeah, I don't
What
agree
do you
with
give
that.
it out of 10? Do you give it a 10 out of 10?
I don't think anything is a 10 out of 10. For me as a comedy satire, I would give it a 9.5. I guess you can 9.9.
Not allowed to have. No.
2.9. So there can be no perfect for you. There's no
There
perfect.
can be no perfect.
10
Yeah.
isn't perfect for me.
Report
10 is
10.
just as good as you can get.
10 is for me. 10 is I have no major. There's no major criticism. Like that is. I did everything I wanted it to do.
With something like this, though, I think part of the point is you have to. Again, it's supposed to be dumb, and you're going to find jokes that fall off. So there's no way you can ever not have criticism.
A major criticism. Yeah, no. I mean, obviously, not everything's going to land perfectly. That's common. Not everything lands for everybody.
But I honestly think one of the greatest comedy scenes is in Spaceballs. When they do the scene, and I can quote the whole thing, unfortunately, of they're watching themselves in it.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
genius.
I think at the time, I
genius.
think now, I think for a mod, like if a 20-year-old saw that now, they've seen it so many times in so many things. But I think it was probably one of the first to do that joke, especially in a feature film. Especially a feature film that a lot of people are going to see.
Yeah. And it's, again, they explain it in such a way that you're like, oh, yeah, that could be possible. But we all know it's not. And then it's a VHS tape, right? Which is perfect. But I'm
trying to think back to watching it as a kid because I definitely watched it as a kid.
Yeah.
And I think I enjoyed it I never enjoyed it much as a kid. Even as a kid, I think I would prefer Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles is great.
I definitely enjoyed it more than I do now. So yeah, and I think probably that joke I probably enjoyed a lot as a kid. There's some others that I was thinking
Combing the desert.
No. I remember specifically. Remember, even as a kid, I was like, "That's so stupid." Also, that must have been so expensive making those huge combs.
Who knows the connection between Combing the Desert and Star Trek?
No, I've watched a lot of Star Trek, but
okay. So Tuvok, the actor that plays Tuvok,
is he the one?
He's the one when they're combing the desert. He's like, "How about you guys?" And he goes, "We ain't found shit." That's the same actor.
I didn't know. That's great.
If I'd seen it more recently, I would have noticed that. That's the kind of thing I do.
Yes. And he actually recently
8 months since I watched it.
I mean, I don't know how recently, but I recently saw a meme where he's like, I've done so much throughout my entire life, and the only thing I'm remembered for is we ain't found shit. But no, that's a perfect example of like it's not perfect. Like the Combing the Desert, that's a little bit too on the nose ridiculous for me. But I think again, it's more of a commentary on management stupidity. Right? No, we're following orders. We're told to comb the desert, so we're combing it.
There's two jokes there. There's the pun, the visual pun of combing the desert, literally combing the desert, and then there's the white people comb and the black people comb, and and then Tuvok says, yes. And the second joke lands better than the first joke.
Yes, it's a better joke. Yeah.
Does it?
You've also got the Independence Day connection, of course.
What's that?
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman.
Oh, that's Bill Pullman?
Yeah.
Oh, of course it is.
When they cast him, Mel absolutely loved him and figured he would go on to great things. I want to say they found him in a improv group, which is interesting because again, you don't think of Bill Pullman as like a comedian, an improv actor, and then do you?
The way he plays,
I think a little. Yeah, I think he plays things. Yeah, he plays things with a little bit of a wink, I think. Yeah, even in Independence Day.
You know what it reminds me of in Independence Day? Oddly enough, it reminds me of the style-wise of oh God, what's his name? There's another.
Tim Russ, by the way, was the actor that played Tuvok, and he's the one that's in this.
Oh God, who plays Dr. Malcolm? Not Dr. Malcolm. Yeah, Dr. Malcolm in Jurassic Park.
Oh, Dr. Ian. What's his name? I was looking for.
Yeah, we're all so old.
I know.
I'll find out.
Even Chris.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I got grey hair. That's
Jeff Goldblum?
Hair.
Jeff Goldblum, yeah.
And that's it. Yeah, I think in style, they're similar style. They both kind of appear
sort of mean.
Like they're not quite.
There's
they're not quite
sardonic kind of quality to.
Yeah, as if they're not getting it right, but it fits in still, and it doesn't take you out. But
it's quite in the scene, but somehow that makes it.
Yeah, it's almost like they're slightly one side of everything else. Yeah, not breaking the fourth wall exactly, but
a little wink and nod at it.
Yeah. Shoulder against it, if you like.
Has anybody seen the second, the newer Independence Day?
No.
Yeah.
More independent.
I had that opinion of it, and then I watched it recently, and the premise is really interesting. So the premise is the stuff happened in the past. The aliens landed, and they've reverse engineered the alien technology and made the world kind of a utopia. Like they're using all this alien technology.
Already, my immersion is broken.
Oh, really? No, I love that. and then it does just become the first film over again. But it's not that bad. It's not bad.
I mean, I would like the idea of that, but in reality, looking at where we're at currently, we know that private industry or governments would take up all of that.
The point in Independence Day is that almost everything was destroyed. So
yeah, that too. Yeah,
there's a lot more people power available.
Building from nothing.
Oh, also, sorry. The reason I brought it up is Bill Pullman's part in the second film is very there's no wing.
Yeah,
there's no
it's not very big.
He's depressed in the second film. He's destroyed.
He's going to be in. My understanding is in Spaceballs, the new one. He's going to be in it, but at the Comic-Con thing, they also introduced his son. I think his name is Lewis Pullman, and in the movie, he's in the movie, and he is the son, and his name is Starburst, which I think is
Starburst. Double fruits.
Again, we'll have to see how that
marathon
goes. It's quite on the nose.
5p Freddos.
5p? Jeez, you spent a lot. 3p Freddos.
Oh, God, that old are you?
I can't remember when they first came out.
So I love the movie, and it sounds like Chris is not really in the movie, and Drew's not really in the movie. Hamish, what do you think of the movie?
I think it's okay.
No, you don't.
I don't hate it.
It's okay.
I think the bits that I do like are because I'm a Star Wars nerd and an Alien fan. And, I think some of the references make me laugh because of the reference of it. The overall story is all right. I'll be honest. What's her name? Oh, everybody thinks she's great just because she was outspoken.
Joan Rivers,
I think. Joan Rivers,
Margaret
yeah, never ever.
Oh no, I like Joan Rivers.
Margaret was in that movie. Did she play Pizza the Hut?
What?
He said Margaret Thatcher, and I said I knew Margaret Thatcher was in that movie.
Oh yeah, Joan Rivers is the C-3PO, right? Yeah,
C-3PO character. Yeah.
She's not in the costume, but she did the voice for it. Yeah.
No.
Who is in the costume? That's quite a tight costume.
I don't.
I remember reading that at one point, but I don't remember now.
I can tell you in a second.
I couldn't tell you one line from that character, if I'm honest.
Oh, I can. But again, I know the whole movie.
Lorene Yarnell Jansen. She's a dancer.
Okay. Lorene Yarnell. Yeah. Why? She looks familiar. Yeah, she doesn't. She's not exactly a major. I feel like since they had Barf, they needed to give Vespa a sidekick that is also kind of a love interest to Barf, which they never really flesh out.
Where does why
Chewbacca gets that sort of semi-crush and is it the 8th film? The nurse woman is sort of like, oh, you're very brave, and he's like, she's human though, so it's a bit weird.
Well, I mean, in the Star Wars porno, it doesn't seem to cause much of a problem.
Is that canon?
I'm going to interpret it as such. That one is on the list for Space Virgins. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I'm questioning.
Crowd. See the Star Trek porno spoof inside that. Yeah. Chris is sort of nodding.
Yeah.
I've watched the IT crowd. Right. I can't get into the IT crowd.
No, I'm saying
it's all right. I like it, but kind of the last one was terrible though. The last one was him being a petulant child, and
my only problem with it really is just that it's not funny.
It's not as funny as some of the others, but some of it is.
Having been in IT, I'm like, this isn't a joke. This is real life.
How dare you joke about this?
Like walking into a manager's office and the phone's not plugged in.
Sorry, Hamish.
Did you like Black Books?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. No. Oh, okay.
We talked about this on the list.
Oh yeah. Drew, you've got a very specific type of comedy that if it like you dislike most comedy, there is a track of comedy that you do enjoy.
I think
but it's far from the mainstream.
That's why you were on to a loser with Drew when it came to Spaceballs, really, because it's it's comedy. So.
This is not comedy.
He doesn't like laughing.
A lot drier for me. Yeah, I don't like fun.
No.
Oh, I know that.
Boring.
Yeah.
No. Okay, I'll tell you what. Right, so when
Drew makes me look positively bouncy and happy sometimes,
So when Mel Brooks comes out as Yogurt, which that's just the name.
Yogurt. It's American.
Oh yeah, because it sounds because
it makes it sound more like Yoda as well.
Yeah, is that really the depth of the joke there?
Yes,
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. When he gets, I always love when a tall person plays a short person, they put shoes on their knees. I don't know why. That tickles me.
Well, it's very old school, isn't it?
It's very old school. It reminds
completely out of proportion.
It reminds me, yeah, but it looks exactly what it is. But it reminds me of a film called Tiptoes, which is a serious film.
You told us about that, yeah.
Yeah, where this couple are getting married. I forget what the woman is now. She's a big 90s actress, and she marries Matthew.
You're thinking of Jerry Halliwell.
Oh, okay, yeah, Jerry Halliwell.
Halle Berry.
Marries Matthew McConaughey, and it turns out that Matthew McConaughey's family are all dwarfs.
Is it Kate Beckinsale you're talking about?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Harry Oldman, Peter Dinklage, Kate Beckinsale, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah, Peter Dinklage, the only genuine dwarf. No, he's not the only genuine dwarf in it. But he plays plays a French dwarf for some reason. But through the film, he does have to constantly remind you that he's French. He'll put some very direct,
I am French. Hello.
I am France. Yeah, like he's a revolutionary, like it's just like he's a French revolutionary dwarf kind of guy. But Gary Oldman plays a dwarf as well. So, and he literally in scenes puts the shoes on his knees in a serious film. And have I said the picture of when he's on sitting on the sofa? I mean, on the rewatch, I think it must have been tongue in cheek, right? Because I cannot, because he references, this is a deep couch. I'll show you the picture.
Gary Oldman's a fantastic actor.
Basically, it's a fun game to play whilst watching that film. Where are Gary Oldman's legs? Because. Okay, right. There he is. Right, okay. Where's a good photo? This is all Alamy watermarks all over them all. Okay, this might have to do maybe that one. Okay, yeah. All right, I'll take that one as well. All right. So this is all right. I'll pop it in chat. Yeah, and this is how he. This is like. So this is where he sits on the sofa. It's like.
I wonder if there's ever been a porno where somebody's done the shoes on the knees thing.
Oh, absolutely.
You'd find that.
Chris is like he's
no, I got it in my library there.
Porno.
Is there a Spaceballs?
I don't know.
I mean,
the name lends itself.
there has to be. It just has nothing to do with the movie.
I think I've typed it in. Spaceballs porn.
Yeah, you look it up. You get the viruses on your computer. Hang out here.
Spaceballs porn parody X hamster.
It's already a parody, though. I feel like,
link, but I can't visit it because I'm in the fucking UK.
Yeah. I need my VPN on. Do you know?
You can just prove that you're an adult. Whip out your genitalia.
Well. What I found interesting: if you go to Pornhub on the UK,
that won't work for Drew.
If you go on the UK, right? If you're using the UK but not a VPN, like as a UK IP address, if you go to Pornhub and don't sign in, you just get podcasts on the front page now. Like you get we can watch. It is
with our stuff. Like, should we just upload Pornhub? And then what if somebody did have a wank over it? Because I'd want to know about that.
It'd be a tough one.
Not this episode, please.
Challenging. We could title it like, how do you phrase it? Masturbation challenge.
Masturbation level impossible.
3 hours of old men talking about fucking Megalopolis.
It has been a thought of mine of like, people do have Pornhub shows. They play the source video games.
What was it? Ages ago. I mean, this was 15, 20 years ago, where some video game was leaked, and it was a big deal that the video game was leaked, and it was leaked on Pornhub because they had the storage, they had great bandwidth, and so people were going there just to watch the video game leak.
Political leaks to come out on Pornhub. On the news, they're like, according to a recent release on Pornhub.
Well, you say that, and I'd have to check to find out what his name was, but a gentleman running for governor in my state of North Carolina actually was caught doing something like that. What was it? He was oh God, let me look this up real quick.
He had OnlyFans. Oh, was it? Well, gotta make a living in it.
Was it Mark Robinson?
If it's not doxing yourself too much, where in North Carolina are you? We've got friends.
North Carolina.
Yeah, okay.
I'm outside of Raleigh because that's where Red Hat was located, so I moved down here. Mark Robinson. Mark Robinson, a conservative Republican nominee for governor of North Carolina, made a series of inflammatory comments on an adult website calling himself
I remember that. I remember
Black
seeing that,
Nazi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it, yeah. Oh, yeah, because he used his real name or something, didn't he?
He used his pseudonym that he used on all websites. He used the same username that he used on all websites, and he said that on there. To me, which instantly says, you really don't have a clue what you're saying if you're calling yourself that. But again, he called himself Black Nazi.
Black Nazi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he black?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he was at the time. I don't know if he still is, but
he was at the time.
He was at the time.
But definitely still a Nazi. Not sure he's still black.
And I mean, to loop this back around with something like Spaceballs, our reality has gotten so stupid that I just have to turn my brain off with this stuff. And again, something like Spaceballs shows how inept and how ridiculously dumb the people in power are. I
mean, the go-to for that is Idiocracy, but I think it's Idiocracy. It's too on the nose. I think a more interesting thing to do is to go back to the 90s and watch films or TV shows that are about political scandals or political misbehavior, and they're so fucking tame. People care.
I enjoy Idiocracy. My wife won't watch it anymore because she's like, it just reminds her too much of where we're heading.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely ridiculous we're saying this, but
I
think The Big Short is just depressing. It's
my God, dude!
The Big Short. Yeah.
My wife had to ban me. My wife had to ban me from watching that because I would watch it and I would just get absolutely depressed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the president of the United States is literally in front of everybody cheating the stock market. I mean, there's no...
Yeah.
So where can you go from there? There's no room for satire.
I mean, presidents have always... with Trump, it's often this. Like, presidents have always enriched themselves, but it's how brazenly he does it, which is different, really, which is very upsetting to bourgeois people.
I mean, with something like Spaceballs, it's in my opinion, soothing to know that, like...
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. I've got things that are like that, yeah. It's just detached from reality.
Right.
Oh, yeah, right. I watch Threads a lot for that very reason.
No, that's the opposite.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I watch that. That's a film I watch at least once a year.
I find watching things like Threads therapeutic, though, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Threads, the social network.
No, Threads is the British version. What's the American
Day After
one? It's the British version of The Day After.
Oh. Yeah, this
it's not quite as... It's better by quite a long way. The Day After's okay, but it's a bit...
It's grimmer, the British one. It's grimmer.
Oh,
well, it's more
scariest,
realistic. Yeah, it's not...
Scariest film ever made. And, no, thank you.
The War... Have you seen The War Game?
The film?
The 1960s one that they wouldn't show at the time.
Yeah.
They just said not to show it. It's
War Games.
The War Game.
Oh, no, I've not seen
it. Even with the low budget, it's just the coldness of the statements and everything is just...
I thought this was supposed to be a fun, lighthearted song.
Well, I like.
I think you said you'd seen our shows.
I like War Games.
Yeah, War Games. War Games is fun. Yeah. Well,
did you know that there's a War Games 2, though?
Yeah.
When was it made?
There was a second movie, and
there's something code or something it's called.
I have downloaded it, and I'm like, I can't bring myself to watch it because I know it's going to be...
How much later was it?
Oh, way later. 2008.
Okay.
War Games: The Dead Code.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, War Games, though, the original War Games.
25.
I very much enjoy the first half. I think the second half is a bit of a drag.
I like the second half, where he's thinking about the military base.
No, that's all first half. The second half is all them kind of on the run and going to that boring dude's house and him talking about dinosaurs and
Stephen Falcon. Hello,
Professor Falcon.
Yeah.
That has a back door with the lamest password ever.
Joshua.
Like, come on, dude.
They'll never think of using my dead son's name.
Right? And there's no way they would ever check for, who's actually able to get into the system. I
mean, they were more naive about that stuff in the 80s. They give that a pass.
One, and so much so that apparently when that movie came out, there was some hysteria that could actually happen.
Yeah.
Well, let's not get it. But the thing is about passwords, though, if you look back at the World War II, the Enigma machines, that's how they cracked most of the codes, because they were people used pretty simple things as the passwords, the passcodes, dates of birth and family names and everything. That's how they were able to crack a lot of the messages.
Something I find this is definitely not light-hearted, but something I find interesting with the Enigma. Sometimes they address this in films and books, but the interesting thing was if through the use of the Enigma machine they discover that like a convoy is going to get hit or something like that. Do you do something about that and reveal that you've cracked the code, or do you keep it to yourself?
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
What was that movie? Oh, what was that movie where they talk about that with Benedict Cumberbatch?
Oh, yeah, that was
the Imitation Game.
That's it,
yeah.
Not a very good film, but it dealt with that particular thing quite well.
It's got Benedict Cumberbatch in it, so
and that's, I think, it was horrifying, like where it's like the entire movie is you're racing to try and do this, and then yay, we got to the end, except for the fact that there's nothing you can do. Then to see what even further in that, like they chemically castrated them, it's like it is not the movie that you think it is going in.
No, Turing was treated very badly.
But it's okay, he got a public apology.
Gordon
Brown, wasn't it?
In 2013.
Yeah. When he's way dead.
But as Werner von Braun got brought over and
treated very well.
Treated very well.
Yeah, the what's that Apple TV show that alternate history space program?
For All Mankind.
Yeah, that deals with that quite well. The Von Braun.
It does actually.
It does it straight down the middle. Here are the facts, kind of treatment.
Yeah, they did it, but they did it more than happened in real life because it was fantasy. They were able to do it more.
Oh yeah.
I got a Spaceballs question.
Oh.
Yay! It's a subject.
So we talked a fair bit. So this came out after the 3 Star Wars films.
Yeah, is it 86, 88?
What I don't quite understand, so Druidia is quite far removed from the Star Wars world that's been created at this level, right?
Sorry, what are you saying?
I don't understand the question.
So they've got Druidia is like a bit of a fantasy realm, right?
It's just the planet that has the air. I don't think it's been fleshed out really any more than that, other than a monarchy. Well, it's a commentary on Jewishness, I think, is really what it is. Because she even says that she's a Druish princess.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a line where she doesn't look Druish.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
But I think Chris just means it's a fantasy castle with fantasy trappings.
Yeah, we don't see that in Star Wars at that point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but she's a she's a princess, and
So is that really just what it comes from? Is there's not?
And
it comes from Star Wars is a hybrid of fantasy and sci-fi. It's wizards and knights and blah blah blah. Plus it's in space.
It's not exactly like a 1-to-1 comparison. Like you can't take each scene in Spaceballs and compare it to a scene in Star Wars. It's more of Star Wars and space operas were a general idea. What?
You can in the Star Wars porno. Beat for beat, New Hope, that is.
What's the name of it?
I think it's just called Star Wars and XXX Parody.
Oh, not even an interesting or unique name.
I think they have to make sure that it's parody, so they put parody in the title. Otherwise, copyright issues. Sorry?
But yeah, it's just that
I don't know.
It's just that she's a princess, and
it's like
they're leaning into the monarchy.
Relatively, it's newish.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So it's not from like 1999 or something.
Oh no!
I'm sure they're remaking all of them constantly. I don't think anyone is licensing the name either. I think they're just filming in their bedroom and throwing it out there. But yeah, it's
2012.
Just a centerpiece.
Okay.
Did everyone catch the prince's name that she's going to marry?
Valium, and he's always
Prince Valium, and then he's falling asleep.
Yeah.
And then Dot says, "I know he's a pill." See, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant movie. You guys just didn't catch it all. Watch it like 600 more times, and notice all the little things.
One area where it is a triumph is that Dot is significantly less annoying than C-3PO.
No, sorry,
I'm not sure I would agree.
I don't. Yeah.
I like C-3PO. I'm a C-3PO apologist.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, he's
not only you were the bully kid rather than nerdy kid. That's the problem.
Not only is C-3PO fucking annoying, Anthony Daniels is even more fucking annoying than the character he plays.
C-3PO is just the queen of the droids. Excellent.
No. Deeply irritating. Just getting in R2-D2's way all the fucking time.
Wait, so R2 is actually the hero and C-3PO
R2 is the hero of Star Wars of the first.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, he does all the cool stuff. C-3PO is just bumbling around like a dick.
I'm trying to think. Dot. I mean, I think mostly because Dot really doesn't have much of a presence. Maybe that's why.
I mean, it's very much Joan Rivers.
Yeah. Chris, can I ask, other than the Pizza the Hut reference, which maybe that's it, maybe that's the full depth of it, why we've got this anthropomorphized slice of pizza?
I was looking at Spaceballs the pizza, not Spaceballs the pizza, Spaceballs the porno, and that was just what came up.
Okay.
It's a slice of pizza with 2 chesticles and pepperoni over there. Why bother putting the pepperoni on it? What's it matter?
Well, it's to make a sort of bra thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
She needs to shave her eyebrow.
Yeah, that's a big monobrow.
Eyebrow.
Leaves.
I don't know.
Leaves.
Do you want to guess what the Star Wars porno has, like what on IMDb?
Sex.
IMDb rate pornos.
6.7.
Oh, that's quite close, actually.
I'm good at guessing.
It's 6.4.
What am I?
You seem very proud of that.
Yeah.
That's one of Drew's abilities is he knows what the rating is on IMDb of adult content.
Say one of my only.
Oh.
It's quite like also the distribution is quite interesting because it's relatively
Lucasfilm.
evenly spread.
I think the distribution of the film.
A lot of tens.
I have to ask though, even though the three of you aren't really into Spaceballs, has my insight into it at least made you pause and think about it?
I mean, we haven't really talked.
I think I appreciate what you see in it. It doesn't make me like it.
Yeah.
But I get why you enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah.
I find it very. I'm too young for this film, right? Like, I'm not going to get what it's parodying.
How old are you?
38.
No, not as
this film is older than I am.
If you see
fairly
the year before he was born.
Yeah. So it could be a case of a lot of the stuff that it satirizes has just become normal to us now, in which case it doesn't feel like...
Yeah, there's always a lot of that.
Specifically with the merchandising. Like, every other joke in that film was about merchandising.
No, yeah. No, and like Spaceballs, the toilet paper that's right there for them, and okay.
Yeah, and those were jokes that were... I mean, they didn't make me laugh, but they were jokes about something. Whereas, like watching it at surface level, the film is just like, okay, let's make Star Wars, but silly.
Yes. Yeah.
And that doesn't quite do it for me because I think Star Wars is quite silly anyway.
Well, I think I would compare it to something like Airplane or Top Secret. There's a lot of like, gags, a lot of like visual puns and stuff. But the density and quality in Airplane and Top, I like Top Secret. I know it's not as liked.
Top Secret's excellent.
Well, but I think,
or even Police Story, Police Squad, whatever.
Keep shooting.
But I think what you're saying, like the movie itself, if you don't know Star Wars, if you don't know Spaceballs, like it is a weird, silly movie. You could actually miss all the little jokes in it. Or something like Top Secret, Airplane. Like those are very. I love those movies too. Absolutely love those movies. Real Genius is one of my favorite movies of all time, by the way. And unlike something too, going back to Mel Brooks, Blazing Saddles, right? Blazing Saddles can't really be watched in a vacuum. You have to understand really the things around it to understand what they're saying. Whereas something like Spaceballs, it's just another space opera movie.
I think you're right, but I think Blazing Saddles can be watched by somebody who has existed in human culture. Like these things are, U.S. culture is hegemonic. All you need to know is if you've seen a cowboy film from before 1975, like even without that, I think if you've heard of racism,
Yeah, I mean, Blazing Saddles is excellent. To be fair, like I don't know. I guess I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Mel Brooks because I don't like Robin Hood Men in Tights. I really don't like Robin Hood Men in Tights.
I mean, nobody really likes Men in Tights. That's not
as a teenage boy,
but he did like it.
As a teenage boy, I loved Robin Hood Men in Tights, and I went back to it a couple years ago, and I was like, "Oh my god, does this not hold up?"
I think there's one joke that I rewatch it occasionally. There's one joke that does land for me, which is the quarterstaff fight. And does this quarterstaff keep getting hard?
Yeah.
And he ends up with tiny little... That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the thing about the accent.
There's the Carrie Elwes who says, unlike some Robin Hoods, I can speak with a British accent.
Yeah.
And I think I think that's probably by far Melbourne. Like, I am not a fan of Young Frankenstein. I can appreciate how great it is. I think the whole thing is great. It just doesn't hit for me. Whereas Robin Hood Men in Tights is it aimed too close for Robin Hood and then try to just tack on all the stupidness on top of it. It does not hold up, in my opinion.
It's not as much of a parody as Spaceballs, is it?
How can you parody folklore in that?
Well, it's more a parody of the Kevin Costner Robin Hood film.
Yeah, but that was Kevin Costner.
Elon Musk's going to make a historically accurate Odyssey.
The accent joke is a reference to it, right?
I think it's...
Yeah, but I think that's the problem, though, is they were aiming for, the Kevin Costner one. And in reality, we looked at it as a general Robin Hood one, and it just doesn't, it doesn't hit the same.
Not quite either, yeah.
I'm saying Elon Musk's going to make a historically accurate Odyssey.
Robin Hood was 1991. Men in Tights was 93.
Yeah.
So that was shortly after.
Yeah. No, for some reason I had it. I was convinced.
It feels earlier. I think that's
it does. Yeah, it feels more 80s.
I didn't mind the Kevin Costner version.
I wonder if he started.
I think it's quite a good Robin Hood film.
It's one of the best ones. The best one, I believe, and I watched this recently, and this does hold up, is the animated Disney one.
It's very good, yeah.
I really quite like that one. I don't know. I feel like I derive a lot of my masculinity leads from that particular Robin Hood. Like that's kind of like
the one with
the foxes.
Yeah, the
Are
fox
you a
one.
fox?
Well, but no, that's kind of like the. Do you know what I mean? Like like there's a. I don't know. I always thought that there was a suaveness to him that was quite.
Yeah.
If you look at
quite effeminate.
Yeah,
if you look at the Kevin Costner
in a masculine way, if that makes sense. Yeah,
if you look at the Kevin Costner poster and then look at the Robin Hood Men in Tights, you can see he was directly it's the same exact shot, right? But silly. And again, I think because Robin Hood had so much history with it, people kind of took it more for a Robin Hood, but stupid and silly. And
I wonder if he'd thought of it before that film came out or something, and then sort of put the two together. Because it does seem much more based on traditional, more than Robin Hood's. It does the Costner film. Yeah.
The Disney Robin Hood. I remember watching that as a kid and not fully grasping it because it actually gets pretty deep and dark, right? Like they lose at one point. Everyone is chained up, and it's. I like that one. I haven't seen that one in forever.
And it's more left wing than you think that era of Disney would go.
Well, it's hard to make a Robin Hood that isn't really.
Well, I would say that Kevin Costner was pretty close.
They do minimize the stealing from the rich and giving to the poor as much as you can.
Basically, none of that. He's
steal from the rich and build a treehouse.
Yeah,
and swing.
That's what my life's based on.
Just Man with Two Brains isn't Mel Brooks, is it?
No, that's oh fuck.
It's Brooksish. Brooksy.
That's the heck's his name?
Reiner.
Yeah, right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Who's Rob Reiner's
Steve Martin. Yeah.
Yes.
It is very Brooks-esque. But
well, I think Reiner and Brooks had a similar aesthetic, similar. Well, it's the Jewish comedy thing, isn't it? An American Jewish comedy thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to know something slightly? Well, I don't know if it's embarrassing because I was a very small child at the time. I had.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Sorry.
Yeah, you were a child.
I was a small child.
Yeah, you were a child. Don't lie, Hamish.
My understanding is that's just a small human.
Yeah, apparently.
Weird.
Anywho, no, I remember I must have been about 10 or so when one of the neighbours made me a Robin Hood costume for Halloween, but it turned out to be quite effeminate. It was, I think, and thinking back, I think it was the Robin Hood cartoon that she was basing it on. And most people were going, are you like an elf or something?
Were you being groomed, Hamish?
I know. This is a 70s, 80s thing. I had a similar thing where I had a costume made for me where I was a pirate, and I just looked like a gay gypsy.
Well, both of those. I mean, in the 70s and 80s, it was like, grab some green tights for Robin Hood, black tights for a pirate, and then just give him a sword and you're it, right? But Peter Pan.
This was a completely sewn, created outfit. The whole thing. Like shorts with like felt for the hat and.
Did you live up to it? Did you then go rob them?
No. Because everybody thought I was pixie or an elf or something.
Not very intimidating, is it? Yeah.
Well, I was a very slow child, and
That's very reminiscent of a scene from the excellent sitcom Big Bang Theory.
Oh gosh, I was.
I just saw. So, Chris, I just saw that you had a Loops account.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know about this is because literally earlier today you posted about Drew talking about how Big Bang is actually quite good.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
I don't get this man. He makes no sense to me. You think Big Bang is good, but he doesn't like Spaceballs.
Yeah. Although I do want to see Stuart fails to save the world.
I came across that and on a completely legitimate streaming site.
like people are with this video,
and it's got good ratings. It's getting quite high ratings. So, what was that, Hamish?
I said you said about some you came across it. I said just like people are with this video.
Oh yeah. But no, it's Stuart saved. Yeah, like I mean, I saw the trailer for it. Look like I could be completely talking out of my ass, but it looks completely good.
I'm willing. It doesn't sound it, but I'm willing to believe that it is and give it a go.
I'm just saying it's a good trailer. The trailer has done its job and convinced me to take.
It's probably got all the jokes that are ever in the show. Then
I'll absolutely give that. That should be.
It's the concept. That it's like.
What is the concept? I haven't heard about this. I did watch Big Bang Theory, and
you know, in Big Bang Theory, there's Stuart that owns the comic book shop, and he's a bit of a down on his luck loser. That's his sort of character. He somehow, I believe, gets transported to an alternative dimension, or there's a portal to an alternative, something involving an alternative dimension where the apocalypse has happened, and there's like a bunch of the Big Bang characters, but they're all like apocalypse survivors. And Stuart ends up in this.
Well, the old Zionists were quite happy that the Arabs are dead.
Sorry, Hamish?
No.
I said of the old Zionists who are quite happy that the Arabs are dead.
Yes, yeah.
There's only one, isn't there?
Mayim, who I used to really like when she's about the same age as me. And Blossom, I grew up with that, and it's like so disappointing.
Okay. I had seen part of this show. I had no concept that it was actually supposed to be the Big Bang guy, like from the actual character from Big Bang. I mean, I know the actor, but I didn't know it was like the same universe or whatever. And it kind of reminded me of like, hate that. That's one I will blame on comics, the multiverse. That has absolutely ruined comics, comic book movies, and everything else, because just like time travel, you can just be like, oh, well, it's happening in another multiverse, so it's completely legit.
Well, it's an interesting idea
later as well.
Like a multiverse is an interesting idea to explore in a sci-fi thing, but particularly the way it's used in the Marvel things, it just means there's no stakes because nobody's ever really dead.
Exactly. Everyone can come right back. Like Iron Man. He's back. But this reminded me of my first instinct of this was Sliders. Anyone seen Sliders?
I know Sliders.
I know Sliders. I haven't seen it. No.
Sliders was a cheesy sci-fi TV show where they slide, in the 90s, where they slide from one universe to another looking for their home universe again. And, it was always little things. So one of the episodes that stood out the most to me is they get to a place where they hand out free money. And so they walk up to an ATM and they get tons of money, only to find out that they won the jackpot. And the jackpot is basically when you're ready to go, you can take out huge sums of money, and then most likely you will win the jackpot of being the next person to die in order to have population control. And,
you're doing a job on this. I'm going to watch this.
Sliders.
I think it wasn't brilliant, but I remember watching. I didn't watch it religiously, but I did remember watching some of that.
I think I'm going to love it.
It is 90s cheese sci-fi.
I love that. I love those kind of shows.
The guy with the dark hair, Jerry O'Connell. That's it. He's in it. Yeah.
Yes, it wasn't half bad. And actually, the guy that played the dwarf in Lord of the Rings, he's in it. John Rhys Davies. John Rhys Davies. Yeah. So it was an interesting. That immediately reminds me of that. But Big Bang Theory is one of those where, like, again, being a nerdy guy I kind of related to. And then I went back and I watched it, and it's like they really are just going for the lowest kind of hits with that.
Well, it's the post. I would say it's the post 2010s idea of what a nerd is, which is somebody who really, really loves popular culture and buys things to do with popular culture, and also like
Funko Pops.
It's a very packaged idea of what, because back in the day, nerds were nerds about different things, and now it's like nerd culture, and to show
it's comic books.
You have to be into all of it.
We can boil it down to a couple little things, and this is exactly how all nerds act. And the acting in it was spectacular. I think that the cast was always great, but
well, Sheldon, this is what I said on the previous. Sheldon in particular, Sheldon's the interesting character, and his relationship with Penny is the interesting relationship, and the show never realizes that, and that's its problem.
But then,
can I ask you a question, Ozone?
You just did.
May I ask you another question after this one?
Of course.
Your arcade banners, are those like actual arcade banner things, or are they like posters or something?
No. So those are arcade marquees. I was at a conference, Steel City Conference is what it was called. God, 10, 15 years ago. And there was a stall, and someone had all of those that they said they had pulled from cabinets. And my wife was like, oh, well, why don't you just get new ones? It's like, because they don't have personality. Those have seen real action. They're actual
aspects things then,
yeah, supposedly they're from actual machines. And Galaga or Galaga, however you pronounce it, and Pac-Man were two of my favorite games. Joust, I always had a hate relationship with. Everyone was terrible at that game, and if anyone says they were good at it, I want to see it, because you're lying, because that game was terribly coded and made no sense.
There's some games I was good at in the arcade, but playing them at home, it was never the same. And sometimes it was the controls, but sometimes it was just for some reason, even though it was a really good conversion, you just couldn't do it.
Frame rates or something, even just like reaction times. And
Qbert was another one. You were like, I can do this. I'm only going in 4 directions. And then it was like all of a sudden they would switch the direction somehow. It's like, so that's why I have those two. But the other two, I actually absolutely love those games. But yeah, Joust is one of those where it's like, oh, all you got to do is land on their head. And it's like, I'm on their head and I died. What? I hate it.
I don't want to be picky, Hamish, but we have standards here, and your frame's looking awfully dark.
It's dark outside, isn't it? Like it's.
There's standards here. Why didn't anyone tell me?
No, there's no standards here. And the
look at Drew's shirt for crying out loud.
I know.
Right, hang on.
No, I mean, if anything, it's that Hamish is usually the one with standards.
Exactly.
I'm surprised I'm still recording these things.
Down,
Because I would have thought Hamish would have demanded some actual standards in recording.
No, I'm quite easy.
He's definitely the king of the show. That's for sure. You've watched the music he plays. He's very specific on how to do it. And be like, hey, can I have this song? Absolutely not. That song's balls. It's like, sorry, Hamish. Or can I have this one? No, because we're coming to the end, and I need to get these other 15 songs in.
Oh yeah. Once I've got a playlist and a timer, it's just old habits.
Yeah.
But I play songs for Drew and everything. I even got the album you mentioned. And you've not been there to request a song from
it. Oh, beautiful! Which one?
And look at his hair and his beard. I mean, it looks like he shaved this week.
No, I didn't.
Hamish is beautiful.
Oh,
yeah. Hamish, just as a side
you're taking the piss.
Are we ever going to get any more a cultural exchange?
Yeah, we've not really. Well, it's more that I've not been up to it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's the same reason I only do one live show a week at the moment as well. Just
lifing.
Well, things fell apart about just over 2 years ago when I got dumped, and then my mother died. And since then, I've been in limbo. And hopefully soon, Dad's house is going to sell, and we can sort of get a permanent setup. And sort of. But we're going up, actually. Mum's up there somewhere. Don't know if you can see her.
Oh, what? You got her ashes?
I'm hesitant to say anything right now, but it's right behind the 3D printer, so that could get really sci-fi dystopian.
That's fancy. Yeah. Mine's just in a cardboard box, and she's going mouldy.
Well, we paid extra for the fancy box. Sealed up inside. It's got like a rip thing on the inside. But obviously, I've not ripped it, even though the temptation once you see it to go.
In case of emergency, rip.
Do you have any thoughts on what you're going to do with the ashes?
Yeah, we've got a plan. Yeah, but that's one of the reasons I took driving lessons. We're going to go up to Scotland. She wanted them scattered on the hills at home.
Holy shit!
So we're going up this year. She never said when. So I decided that we're going to go up the day before her birthday this year. We're going to go up to there, and then on her birthday we'll go up the hills. And too far up because I'm a fat bastard, but we'll go up into the hills a little bit and spread ashes. So our sister's coming with us, and Alan's coming.
Do you want to? Would you ever take like a spoonful of the ashes and then put them into like a 3D printing action figure of her? Is it like a?
I think I know where you're going with this. Make a flashlight? Is that the?
No.
Okay. Sorry,
I'm trying to go for something slightly creepy, but generally wholesome. Of just like
not as well. There's a who was I speaking to? There's a lady that lives down the road, and she's got a tattoo done somewhere for Dad's ashes in it.
Oh,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and they mix some of the ashes into the ink.
Yeah,
that's creepier than mine.
Mm.
No,
people are into things, you know.
Yeah, see.
I'm not that. I mean, I'm going to spread the ashes in the hills because that's what she wanted that way. I'm not spiritual or particularly attached to things either.
Hamish, where do you stand on necrophilia? Is it a victimless crime? If you get
I guess I should have watched. I guess I should have watched at least one show because this is not where I thought this was going.
Immediately after this, there's a call between Ozone and his agent. And like,
what the hell? Who booked me on this damn?
It's all right. I'm not asking Ozone. I wouldn't put him under that kind of.
No. I'm not saying that. I don't think it's a victimless crime if the family find out.
If they find out, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are. Some people care about that sort of thing.
But
when they can have me after I'm dead.
So if you consent,
it's not just sexual. So it's not just sexual as in normal sex organs. They also poke holes in the flesh as it gets gooey and stuff.
I have to ask.
We're making that challenging wank much easier for a certain subset.
I have a subset of people now. Yeah.
I've always wondered. Okay, say you time travel, right? And if time travel is possible, it is not a linear thing. We cannot go back in time through here, but we would have to go cross-dimensional. You'd have to go cross-dimensional, right? So then if you time travel and you find your younger self, and I have 2 kids here, so I can't really say much, and you do things, is that self-pleasure or is that something else?
Be into me.
Any circumstances where I met myself at my present age as an adult, it would be before even if the world's ending and we're the ones like blowjobs first. And then we'd get on with everything else.
Okay,
but not me as a child. No.
But is it still masturbation?
I would say it's both masturbation and sex.
Yeah, like how do you define that?
Well, I know that I have a sister roughly the same age as me that I've never met. Oh, so that was always the worry.
Actually,
when I lived in a small
town. In one episode of Sliders. The main guy, they go to another dimension and he falls in love with a woman. And when they go through this genetic test thing, they're the same person. It's just in her dimension, she was a woman. In his dimension, he's a man. So then where do you land on that?
Yeah. And of course, in Futurama, Fry is his own grandparent.
I love that. I love that one.
Have you seen Red Dwarf Ozoned? Yeah?
What?
Yes.
Have you seen Red Dwarf?
I've seen some Red Dwarf.
That's an episode of Red Dwarf as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They meet their alternate universe people and
And let's be honest, these are the real questions that sci-fi nerds really want answered.
Well, in terms of what happens in the Fry one, he travels back in time. He meets his grandmother. He doesn't know it's his grandmother. She's hot. They have sex. At that point, in that reality, this is going to be like the love potion thing. She's not your grandmother in that reality.
Right. Yes. That's it. Right. Exactly.
It's perfectly okay to have sex with.
Well, the thing is, it's the genetic issue, though, right?
Yeah.
You know, like it's the six fingers on one hand issue.
It's a bit overstated. You don't want to do that for too many generations, but for a generation or two, I think really
okay.
So don't go back in time and do it with your great 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 grandma, and then your great 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 grandma, and then your great great grandma. Is what you're saying?
Then you're going to be a freak.
Yeah.
Then you're going to be.
I guess if you've gone and done that, you probably are. So it's just a causal loop.
The thing I love about the Futurama one is then they use that. See, this kids is what happens.
No, my grandma wasn't hot. My granddad.
But the one in Futurama I love is they use that to also justify why his brainwave patterns are different.
Yes. Yeah, much later. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Futurama was one of the smartest.
Have you seen the thing? Yeah. This is fairly trite, but in the intro to Futurama, sorry, not in the intro. In the first episode where he falls into the freezing thing. In the shadow, you can see Nibbler pushing his chair, and then later on, that's the thing. Like, that was amazing. I don't know whether that was just a weird shadow and they chose to do that, or whether that was intended from the beginning. But if that was intended from the beginning, that's genius.
Yeah. Isn't it? The thing is, when you do your driving license, you can't put leaving your body to perverts on the organ donation section.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Science or
Science or perverts. Well, I heard. I was watching. Do you know those John Oliver videos?
A minute before we go any further, because I'll forget this. Sorry, autistic. The leaving your body to science, there is I would only do that now if there's a caveat to that they can't use my living brain for anything, because of some fucking science guys have been trying to do that.
I want the opposite of that. If they can bring my brain and put it in a jar and attach me to a screen I can't
remember what they were trying to do with it, but they were doing something.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the high budget excellent film Tammy and the T-Rex?
No.
Okay, we might have to do Space Virgins that at some point.
Sorry, Chris. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
So in this John Oliver, I don't know, he's on television in America, but it comes to us as YouTube, and he does one about leaving your body to science, and apparently, like that leaves a pretty open door, because once they've extracted the basic organs that they need, then sometimes like the military get hold of it and they use it for like testing grenades and shit. And they've been caught sewing parts to other parts of bodies, and like.
Well, to bring it back down to something a little bit more relevant it's the whole Niantic thing of Pokemon Go, right? Where everyone said we approve that our data can be used for anything, and now they're finding out that it's being sold to military organizations for.
Oh, always, yeah.
And like, I was catching Pikachu. I thought you were going to look at my data around where I am and not use it to train military AI. And that's the same thing. As soon as you consent to let it go, you were up to the whims of whatever entity gets that.
This might be misremembered, but I swear... I swear Pokemon Go had CIA ties from the beginning, from the outset, or FBI or something. It was constructed partially as, for that, I think. That might be misremembering, but
all I remember from Pokemon Go is Pokemon Go to the polls. My favourite Hillary Clinton moment. Loved it. It almost...
Again,
Pokemon
this is why
but as somebody who lives in one room, I couldn't really engage with that one.
This is why I stick to things like Spaceballs, man, because reality is just so much worse.
I genuinely, I'm not being silly here. That endeared me to Hillary Clinton. Pokemon Go to the polls. It just
no.
It was so desperate to get.
Was that better or worse than Please Clap?
Oh, 10 times better than Please Clap. Please Clap was hilarious, but hilarious in a sad way.
No, they're both sad. They're both
Pokemon Go to the polls is just like an uncool mum, like.
So yeah, so embarrassing.
But like, please clap. It's like, please clap. Like, I'm doing my best here. Like, come on.
No, please.
I'll tell you what, right? We've got a lot of bad things to say about Trump, but the thing that he does that I always have a small amount of love for is how he just bullied the Bush family. Like that. I'm sorry. Just that's I found that
it was yeah, no, that was
so cathartic. Because I got my political awakening, as it were, probably around when I was about 14, and it was Iraq War. In the wake of like 9/11, and then we had the counterterrorism laws come in and all that kind of stuff. And so I got a particular kind of like vitriolic disdain for George W. in particular.
Right. The Bush family, they're ghouls. They are absolute fucking ghouls.
So it was just watching them get their ass handed to them. It felt on a very emotional, very base level.
An entrenched political dynasty versus a neophyte and an upstart.
Yeah. Like it was just like he was being bullied. Like it's just great to
yeah.
The bully getting bullied.
Is that your family, Drew?
Is that my? Oh no, there's something happening in the village and lots of drunk people walking past the windows.
Oh yeah, of course. It's Saturday, isn't it?
Singing songs and stuff. Saying
Good.
weird things.
Yeah. Do you know someone in a nearby village got in an altercation and did a shit out of the social club outside of the social club and wiped their ass with a sandwich?
Wales is exciting.
Oh no, this is England. This is England. Just do not pin this on Wales.
Did they shit? Did you say
round your way?
Yeah, in the Forest of Dean.
They did a shit out of the social club.
Is that not in Wales?
Oh
no. Sorry, I know they were like shitting out. I think it was like on a wall or something, like over a wall.
But the real important question is, what was on the sandwich?
Oh
shit!
Shit.
Besides that, was it ham, bologna, turkey, chicken? What kind of cheese? Do you have any condiments on there?
Oh,
I mean, you got to know the details, man.
If you just had a shit, if you just had a shit and you're like, I need to wipe my ass now. I'm just by a wall outside, and then you find a sandwich. Like I see the logic. Like you would,
Yeah, but
if the choice is a sandwich or a handful of grass.
But what if it was a Reuben?
It wouldn't have been a Reuben. This is not a classy place. They don't do Reubens there. No, it's ham and mayo at best.
A meatball sub.
No, not even that.
Be careful with that one.
You don't want that's got mustard or hot sauce or something.
Just to be clear, it's a couple of villages over. It's not our lads. It's them over there.
I always thought you were in Wales.
I'm a few miles over the line.
I always thought you were classy.
Like I say, not my village. It also wasn't my village when someone did a shit on the 22 bus either. That's just like...
That's really any village that the bus goes to, then, isn't it?
Some villages are definitely better than others.
We don't have villages.
No, it's true. Do you know, I found, thanks to GeoGuessr, that Denver, Colorado is actually quite a nice city.
That's where a friend of the show, Danny, is right now.
Oh, is it? Oh, it'd be interesting to hear.
I found a
music thing.
I found a screenshot on my hard drive earlier. I was like, what the hell's all that? And it was a picture of Danny holding a lasagna pasta. So I was thinking, what was that from? And it was when she called...
Lasagna noodles. Yeah.
Noodles, that was it. It was from when she was calling all pasta noodles.
In America, it says on the packet, lasagna noodles. Absurd. Explain your country over.
Oh, God.
You're talking to the wrong person, because I don't even understand it.
Where do you stand on barbecue in the United States Ozoned?
Oh, God. See, now you're asking the real questions. I'm really going to get in trouble. Because I'm not a fan of barbecue. There's two kinds of barbecue. There is the very vinegary barbecue, which I don't like. And then there's the overly sweet barbecue, which I don't like.
I don't like overly sweet. Yeah, that's silly.
Yeah. And a lot of barbecue is like pulled meats. And I don't like pulled meats because there's somehow... No pulled meat for me. I like it gentle.
Right, a meat rub.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. No, I'm
with the mullet tenderizing it. Then that's too much for you.
So interestingly, and this is very much an American thing, where we're raised where yes, we're American, but everyone kind of talks about the history of their family and their heritage, which my understanding is you guys don't really do that. But like, I am Italian. My grandparents are actually 100% Italian. So like,
no, you're
right?
not.
Exactly. See? That's the thing. And like, so we
You've
talk
not
about how
done
we're
this
Italian.
once.
Italian.
But
There are some people in the USA that can say they are actually from the USA,
Right.
but
yeah,
it's not the white people.
Just like my mama used to make.
It's absolutely understandable, though, when you're leaving your homeland, as you know, and
I get it. Yeah,
you want to feel a connection to something
identity
that
sort
is
of thing.
older and that
Right.
has culture and history. It's like you want to feel,
it's like
you want to
people
feel a
do.
sense of belonging to something. I get it.
it is. It's a thing
Italian
that brings.
and Irish seem to be the two big ones that people.
I mean,
it's-
Irish, yeah.
It's a point that brings communities together. Like back, I'm from Northeast Ohio originally, and it's a very large Italian area. So a lot of Italian immigrants move there, and they'll have the hell's it called? There's like pizza. Oh yes, well they have pizza, of course.
Like my mama used to make.
But no, they'll have like the Italian Hall, and it's literally called the Italian Hall, and where all the old Italian people on Sunday would get together and have spaghetti and stuff. And it's not uncommon to have that.
I was going to say in Britain we've got Polish clubs.
Go ahead.
Sorry, hang on.
Sorry, someone's talking to me.
It looks like he's nodding to you, Drew. I said in the UK and in Britain, and particularly in Scotland. I don't know if it is. Guys, Drew, do you have that around here? Do you aware or anything? But we had Polish clubs, which are throwback to the Second World War, where a lot of people came over.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have things like that, but I don't know if maybe that's just the community that I was in, because when we moved to North Carolina, it is incredibly diverse down here, and I don't see many people kind of holding on to those kinds of attachments. There's a large Indian population. There's a large Chinese population.
I think it's in large part it's to differentiate yourself from the norm, right? You want to be something a little bit exotic, and if everybody's something different, then there's less desire to. Because if somebody looks into their heritage in America and it turns out they're just English, they're probably not going to talk so much about that, right? It was just it's the default.
God no.
But as we get further and further out, though, it's hard to, so supposedly, I don't know, I've never checked, and I'm not doing 23andMe crap, but I'm Italian, German, Irish, and Welsh. But like my wife doesn't know all she is. Our kids are not going to have a clue. If anything, I'm actually, because my dad's 100% Italian, I'm majority Irish. Italian. Do I look majority Italian? I don't like. I'm American.
I could. Yeah,
We're doing that enough.
Yeah, you got to do this more.
I talk with my hands a lot. Go get the pizza. What you doing?
Part of the reason we don't do it here, like partly it's a mobility thing. Like I'm English and English and English. We're all just English. But I think it's also a technocratic thing in the sense that in America, like you kept records. When your family arrived there were records of that.
Right.
And then when you moved, like it was a very
right.
Yeah, and also is it Ellis Island? Is that the place?
Ellis Island, yeah. So my grandfather, when he was a baby, came over. Supposedly, the story goes, my grandfather was a baby when he came over from Ellis Island, and they actually made them change their name, their last name, to Americanize it from Zona to Zone. But that's how it went. It was less. I think they used the excuse of Americanization more to detach you from where you were coming from, to make you feel like you're not there anymore. You're here, and if you want to be a part of us, but the racism thing. Like even my father experienced it. He's 100% Italian. When he supposedly went to my mother's house the first time, he's very dark-skinned Italian. And my grandmother, who was insanely racist, was dropping the N-word up until he came up. And my mother apparently told her he's Italian, not black. It's like, oh, okay, well he's okay then. But even the Italians and the Irish faced a lot of scrutiny coming over too. In the U.S., there's a lot of people that like to imagine that this is a thing of the past, and I've never experienced it, fortunately. But
Do this more. You'll get it.
Yeah.
That's
Fucking wop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
we
the
eat
matter,
spaghetti
you
every
are?
Sunday. Does that help?
Do you?
Well, we used to. I mean, when I was growing up, my grandmother would make pasta all the time. They would do 3 fishes for Christmas, or 7 fishes, or whatever it's called. I never partook of that. That stuff's gross. But yeah, no, my wife and I, because we're not really attached to our families, we kind of look at it as we have the opportunity to build the family that we want.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the friends that we have down here, we treat like family. And it's insanely diverse, and I feel lucky because I got to go to an Indian kite festival, then Indian Holi festival, where they throw colors around at everything, and then every year there is the Chinese Festival of Lights. So it's pretty cool.
Are you raising the kids open source?
I am absolutely 100%. So my kids.
Sides.
Huh?
Are they open source on both sides, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, my sons were actually just playing over there, and one of them is on the Steam Deck, and the other one has our Linux computer. Right now, they're watching TV on our other Linux computer. My wife had a Windows computer for her laptop for school, and as soon as she was done, she's like, "Can you please put Linux on this? Windows is horrible." And I'm like, "Yes." You don't have to
It's
ask
a
me twice.
disaster. My God, because my Mrs. Rosie, she eventually got fed up with Windows because it has all this stuff like she didn't know. It's like, okay, if I'm saving a file here, is it on the cloud? Is it not? Is it on both? Why do I care about sports results on my desktop as well? Like it kept doing, I
am shocked that it wasn't the breaking point when they started shoving ads into the start bar.
Yeah, no, that's insane to me.
I couldn't believe that.
Madness.
The end of Windows.
Yeah.
I never understood it. And
and also not just ads, but like pretending apps. Like you open your start menu and there's apps there that you don't own, and then when you click on them, it's like, oh, you want to buy this? Like,
well, and my brother-in-law, he's now in his 20s. I think it was about 10, 15 years ago. He wanted to show me his new game on his Xbox, and he brings up his Xbox. There's a giant ad for McDonald's on the start screen. And I'm like, why do you put up with that? He's like, I just ignore it. Like, that is your machine, man.
Yeah,
like,
you paid money.
It blows my mind. And that's the whole Fediverse thing. Like, I think it's an inevitability because these systems are just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse.
Especially with the AI stuff now, that's accelerating.
Oh,
don't want to get into that because it's a bigger topic.
Well, the AI stuff. I mean, the LLM. I've said this before, and I've gotten some negative comments on my live stream where I said there are valid uses for it. And
I agree. Yeah.
There's no valid uses. It's stealing and theft. And I was like, I just watched something where a woman that's deaf talked about how she's able to answer the phone now because LLM can read it to her. It's like it is once again Silicon Valley or whoever is the big next corpo that's going to do this shit is they're having a gold rush, right? And they're trying to shove it in anywhere they can to make as much money as possible to offset the soaring cost of it.
I think the question is what happens after that bubble bursts, right? Then is that woman going to still be able to answer the phone?
Well, I think the hope because I read a thing recently. It was a study into the current AI provisioning, and it showed that the tokens they're selling, the AI companies, the tokens they're selling, the actual cost of those tokens in terms of the compute they have to pay for is around about 80 times what they're selling them for. That's how much of a loss they're making on the tokens right now. So I assume they're hoping for some kind of efficiency savings to come in so that levels out. I mean, obviously they're going to raise the prices as people get more and more dependent on it.
Or is there going to be some sort of cut and run maneuver where people just sell and fuck off?
Well, I mean,
that's going to happen. It's not going anywhere. It's like the internet. Like it's too useful. It has too many uses. Prices are going to go up. But like I can run a model on my machine right now on my graphics card. Like I can't play a game while it's running because it takes up the whole graphics card, and it works. One of the things, like Drew was saying, supposedly the open models that China is investing a lot in, and they're open for everyone to use, are significantly more performant. They might not be as good at everything that everyone is saying all their LLMs are good for. They're good at targeted things, but they're also significantly more performant because China doesn't care about the software, because they're building the hardware that they are then selling to the world.
Well, I think it's also in the West, capital is in control of dictating the direction of these things, whereas in China they can, because I'm not saying China's perfect by any means. But
not by any shot.
The government is more in control of capital. The government can direct these things more towards the public good. So you get these narrower, more constrained AIs that are good at analyzing traffic and sorting out the traffic, those kinds.
What would you?
The big general purpose models? They're not good. They're not good at anything.
No, the general purpose models are it's massive waste of efficiency. But I mean, which would you trust more? A proprietary application from the US or an open source one from China? You can literally look at the open source one from China, right? I'm not applauding them for that. They're doing it for pragmatic reasons, but I am someone that believes in open source and open platforms because we can look at it.
Well, I mean,
we know what's in there.
I think the structure of the government matters there as well. We've seen in the West what private capital will do with open source software. You create Google, you create the surveillance state, essentially. Whereas if government were a bit more in control, even if it's not a perfect government, it can at least direct things to the public good rather than to the interests of making rich people richer.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm just thinking about Mozilla. God, isn't that tragic?
Oh, it's depressing, yeah.
Oh. China, can you get on with that? China, take over Mozilla. Hard fork, please.
I'm actually surprised.
I only found it recently. Apparently it's quite popular. Zen browser, which is a hard fork of...
is it hard fork, is it?
Yeah.
Zen is pretty awesome. It adds a lot of nice quality of life features. I'm actually really shocked that China hasn't used their position to push something like, and I know from the sounds of it, I don't know if it's true or not, but like a Chinese Linux or a Chinese web browser or something like that.
I think the cost of both is so prohibitive.
Is there?
I remember, there's distro. I mean, I think Ozone's talking like a from scratch operating system, right?
Built on Linux, but
built on Linux. Backed by. I remember this was
India.
The EU did a study to assess how much it would cost to write an operating system from scratch, and it was many, many, many billions. I can't remember the figures, but it was many.
Does that include the kernel, right?
Yeah, Kirk, yeah.
I've heard things like this, but doesn't that? What is that based on? That's based on something that's an operating system that will then interact with everything that already exists.
Yeah, there's a general
operating system for a computer. Yeah.
A general operating system is never going to be like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you make something that does a certain job, that's what computing used to be good for.
Well,
but we do. I mean, we're all using general purpose computers. We do need general purpose operating system.
New report finds developing Linux distribution worth $10.8 billion. The Linux kernel alone 1.4, and that was almost 20 years ago from the Linux Foundation. But these things exist, right? And this is one of the reasons I'm trying to have these conversations here, because I think that, I don't know about the UK, but the EU in general is sick and tired of the shit that's coming out of my country, right?
Yeah.
And you have easily readily available and good working software that doesn't shove down your throats advertisements to make the next billionaire even more of a billionaire.
The one that sorry, carry on.
I think coming on the other side, I expect, I could be wrong, maybe we can all be wrong, I expect the LLM bubble to eventually burst, and coming out the other side is not going to be an American-dominated tech sector anymore.
Yeah,
I think it'll be...
America is it's its hegemony is coming to an end in multiple arenas, I think, and business and software and all of that is going to be part of that. For sure.
The thing that always that gets me is how the two major mobile phone operating systems, which are primary computers for maybe the majority of people now, or certainly,
by far. There are countries that skip desktop and laptops, and they just only compute on.
I could live my entire life through my phone. I'd rather not, but I could. Yeah. In terms of like clerical stuff, and sorry, Amy, she got a bit faint there for a second. But yeah, it's Apple or it's Google, really, and they're both Silicon Valley companies. They're both ridiculously powerful and wealthy. Mm-hmm. And
I mean, that's another example of it when capital is controlled. When capital tells government what to do, you get Google, and that's what they do with free software. They take it and they
can't the EU do something about that one. That to me is the big elephant in the room.
My understanding is they are. I like to follow up. My bachelor's is actually in criminal justice, and not that I was a cop or an attorney or any of that. I find that stuff kind of interesting. And in the U.S., not that I'm a huge fan of his, but Ted Cruz is pushing forward bills to basically break down the walls, these arbitrary walls between all of these companies, and force them to open up and actually compete. And the EU is not only fining Google constantly, and I'm pretty sure at this point they're hunting for things to slap fines on them, but there have been numerous countries that have come out in the EU that said that they're full Linux. The budget for the EU, I want to say, said that it is trying to focus on open source technologies. A lot of the EU, supposedly, according to Matrix, is already on Matrix for private messaging and things like that. And they are actively developing these platforms. Hell, a lot of the Fediverse stuff is directly funded by NLNet, which is an EU-funded government agency for open platforms. And
God, I wish Matrix was good.
And I think for that's all good stuff. Like what the EU is doing in that arena is good, but it has to also be coupled with a detaching from American interests in general, which isn't happening at the moment. Quite the opposite.
But I think the problem is like what Chris just said. I wish Matrix was good. I would say it is. It's not Discord. It fundamentally works different. I can hold a video chat in Element. I've done it numerous times every Sunday with my family, actually. But that is my fear, is the EU is going to jump into these things and say, oh, well, it's not ready and it's going to cost us how many billions of dollars. Let's just go back the other way, which is a dead end.
About
numerous times
years ago.
Right? Yeah.
Usually when that happens, it happens in response to a changing government and allowing the lobbyists back in the corporate.
Microsoft have done some.
Microsoft.
I don't think that tends to happen organically.
But it's coming down from the EU itself, the mandate now. So I feel like that's harder to change. No offense, not that it directly affects you guys, right? In the UK.
We do get a lot of knock-on effects.
We still get a lot of things.
We have to do business with Europe, so.
I mean, that's not even good. That's another subject. Let's not even start.
We got our USB-C cables. That comes from Europe.
Yeah.
We've got our bottle tops that don't come off completely.
Yeah, I mean, and so the EU itself is pushing for major tech sovereignty. I don't know about the UK. I see.
They'd rather sell out. The politicians would rather sell out when this country is full of people. It was built. I mean, even fucking Thatcher got it. Let us make our own tech, and we did. And we had a massive tech sector, manufacturing, programming, designing computers themselves. Two of the biggest chip, the most used chip on the planet. Is the ARM chip, isn't it?
ARM chip, yeah.
That came out of, AIM,
Are you guys familiar with Risk V?
Yeah.
Risk V?
Yeah.
There's a new, I don't know when I saw it. I think it was last week or the week before, where there was a new Risk board someone was testing, and while it was not hitting the marks of the ARM chips, it was Raspberry Pis. In some of the benchmarks, it was exceeding it. right? So again, open hardware is going to be something that developing countries, they're not going to want to use our tech, right? Like everyone depended on American tech forever.
China's going hard into that. I watched YouTube.
India.
Somebody built a desktop PC that was all Chinese silicon, and you can't compete with Western silicon at the moment, but they're getting there.
Hang on, when you say that, is that RISC-V or is that a Chinese architecture?
No, this is x64 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But I mean they're doing stuff in RISC and ARM, and they're doing that stuff as well. I think PCs are going to be on ARM. I mean, I've been saying this.
Yeah, no, I can easily imagine that.
They're going to end up on ARM. Yeah. I mean, Valve are doing the thing, aren't they? The translation layer. Yeah.
Well, going from, and who was it? I was talking to someone about this. Like the problem with multi-compatibility is pretty much solved, right? Especially going from something like ARM to RISC-V is going to be trivial. So ARM is going to require you still to
much bigger problem for Windows, a much bigger problem for Microsoft, which is a good thing.
Yeah. But I mean, also, ARM are they owned? Is the architecture owned by NVIDIA?
No. Wait, did they buy them? ARM is Acorn, right? It's in the UK.
Because, as I understand it, like NVIDIA are a particularly nasty company.
I'm very afraid.
I was going to call them something.
I'm very afraid of what's going to come out the other side of the bubble bursting.
It's still British
with NVIDIA.
Oh, okay, yeah. It says here, there's an article here, 27 Wall Street, that says why NVIDIA just sold its ARM stake and what it means for both companies.
Yeah, well, I think ARM in itself is more of a standard than a specific.
It's a license. I think. Well, it's a licensing.
It's licensed out. Yeah, they license out the ARM architecture, and the ARM architecture still belongs to the ARM company, the British.
Which is why I think that
what are they called?
RISC-V might, because there is a big push coming out of China for RISC as well. I don't know. Maybe it could be observation.
ARM Holdings PLC. ARM Holdings is still they still own and license it.
I mean, at the end of the day, there was a time where only certain people could make hammers, right? Only certain people had the technology to know how to make a frickin' hammer. And then eventually anyone can make a hammer. And they're just tools. That's all this is. In communication lines, no one should own the communication lines. No one should own the rights to make a frickin' hammer.
But capitalism is about
controlling the capital.
Renting is what it is, isn't it? Everything is just to be rented back to you, no matter where it comes from. It's to be rented back to you.
The thing is, even on Adam Smith's terms, he warned against this. That's a failure of capital. When you get to rentierism, he warned against that. Like that's not hyper financialization. That's capitalism breaking down and becoming dysfunctional.
Yeah,
but they seem to be. They seem to be held bent on it.
Yeah, it's all the lock in that.
They want to burn the planet literally.
And I'll say this: I come from a point that I'm not suffering from any of this, right? Like I do well for myself, but as I've told people, like with the Fediverse stuff, there's a lot of people my age that are trying to build things for the Fediverse, and we're not. It's not for us. Our time is over. It's for the next generation. We don't want a lot of folks are seeing the rental system that they have to do. They don't want that for their kids. They don't want their kids on Twitter and TikTok and Facebook and all of that shit. So I think that the next generation or the generation after that is going to have a massively different view of what we currently do. For all we know, PCs might not even be important. It could just be all be on mobile devices. But do we then want Google and Apple to own that?
Yeah, it's like what Chris was saying earlier about the companies telling the governments what to do. It used to be we've got like Ofcom in this country, which is they're supposedly, is that the one I'm thinking of? Oftel. Anyway, we've got somebody who controls the telecommunications. Anyway, that's the thing. But they basically told what to do by Apple and Google.
There have been numerous reports.
We used to have industrial policy. What was for the good of the country, invest in certain areas, tariff certain things, get things, and now it's just it's all dictated by capital.
Well, and there's been numerous reports that the reason that the U.S. Financial system doesn't look as bad as it does is because NVIDIA is doing so well. And we now see NVIDIA as a national security interest to the point where we won't allow them to sell graphics cards to China, right? So, I mean, the next...
That never works. That was like when the Ukraine war started and they put sanctions on Russia. What that caused Russia to do was create its own ammunition manufacturing factories. Same in China. You're going to get, we already got them, Chinese GPU manufacturers.
But I mean, from the way that I'm looking at it in the US, though, is like now we can't let NVIDIA fail. We can't.
Yeah.
But also,
so what the hell do we do?
Isn't the tech industry in the States basically like 6 companies borrowing off each other or buying off each other?
Yeah.
And
it's they're all
circle jerk.
It's Chris, you need my video cards. Give me, 5% stake, and here are the video cards. And then Chris goes to Hamish, who says, I need your RAM. Here's, 10% for your RAM. And Hamish goes to Drew and says, well, I need your manufacturing capacity. Here's 15% of my company for that. And then he comes back to me. Drew says, well, now I need more to grow. And we just keep all circle jerking each other, making up these fictional numbers that can never get paid back.
Yeah.
I am not a financial economist, financial advisor. I'm only going based off of headlines and, the stuff that I've seen. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe we all come out on the other side and we're all happy, lovely.
I mean, it's an extension of, financialization was when everything just became debt-based. And now it's not, you're not even borrowing for the markets anymore. You're just, sending money in a cycle and adding up the debt.
So...
On that happy
that's cheerful.
Yeah.
I thought nuclear war was going to be the lowest point of this, but
I mean, this is what I think about constantly, especially with my 2 kids running around. I have always believed in naively the power of the internet, the power of open source is a great evening factor.
Yeah.
If you can get access to it, you can learn whatever you want. It's all of human knowledge that's out there.
Yeah, that's why people are going. That's why the big guns are going to have to pay places like Wikipedia so much.
It's free knowledge.
We should arm Wikipedia, arm and militarize Wikipedia.
Jimmy Wales, you're not getting any more money to the donations, but you're going to get some nice rocket launchers.
Militia.
If anybody did manage to come to this, let us know.
Definitely. Yeah. That's challenging rank level. We should have started at a lower level, to be honest, if we're going to go through. Should have started out. The thing that just solidifies it all in one bundle for me is the mobile phone thing. Like, it's that Google Play are now trying to make sure that their store is the only repository we can get anything, with Apple, and it's just like the guardrails just closing in so thin,
And we could thank Apple for that monopoly workaround loophole because they both got sued at the same time, and Apple won because of the way that they did things, and Google lost. So we basically said it's okay that way. But
in this instance, I kind of blame the people that imagined it would go any other way. The people who were like, they're using Linux, it's great. This is great. Linux is like those people are who fucking do. It's like this should have been seen as the problem that it was from the beginning.
It's a service problem, right? The software, again, at the end of the day, is just a tool. It's how we're being fed those things. And this is not, it's not the end technology either. No. It'll be interesting to see. I kind of feel like even though we've had LLMs now, tech has kind of stagnated over the last 10, 15 years. And that's what happens with monopolies. It's too much of a risk. They went after Bitcoin.
Microsoft, I used to say this probably 15, 20 years ago. Microsoft basically just, what's the word I was going to use? I can't remember the word I was going to use.
Leveled out?
They basically sort of stunted any sort of...
no competition means no growth, no innovation.
Well, not just that. They also would buy things if something was interesting, they'd buy it or shut it down somehow.
Yeah.
The point is that, you can use a wheel. Everybody can use a wheel. Brilliant, as long as you use Microsoft's wheel. It might have 7 sides and some
But it's a combination of things. They will buy upstart competition to put them out of business. They'll use their, patent war chest to put things out of business. They'll do share buybacks rather than, to inflate their stock price rather than investing into new things. Like, I don't think you necessarily need competition to have innovation, but the current environment is like the nightmare scenario where you cannot have innovation. It's impossible.
So, we're not seeing competition, but we are seeing innovation. Again, not. My big thing, obviously, is the Fediverse and open platforms, right? But the Fediverse is innovating; like it's growing. I've talked to so many people
on the internet, which is under the control of increasingly totalitarian governments.
Yeah, they want to control the lines of communication.
I do think this stuff is going to doom itself, the Twitters and whatnot. Like they're already a fucking nightmare, and more and more people are realizing they're a nightmare and looking for or building the alternatives. It's basic Marxist term. As the contradictions become too obvious, people will react.
But we don't want them to become huge monolithic things again either.
No. This is why I think Owncast are the ones that have done it the best so far. Because Owncast is trivial to get self-hosted, but it's also
but it's amazing, yeah.
And the requirement for it, I checked out the that was a good what do you call it, Fireside Feddy one with that.
Thank you. Yeah,
but like how it's by definition it's the thing that you're in control of, but also it doesn't require. I run it on the lowest tier Hetzner.
Yeah.
Hosting, 0 issues whatsoever. Like it's just
and install. I mean, I know you've said this already, but we can't reiterate this. It's install is so easy compared to a lot of stuff now. No Docker bullshit.
No Docker bullshit.
No. Installed in no time. You don't have to worry about the database. It does it.
And also, in terms of and this is more of a feature of the stream in itself, you don't need stacks and stacks and stacks of hard drive space because it is an ephemeral type of media.
I mean, if you're re-encoding, you need a bit more oomph on your CPU. But if you're just passing through, you can do it.
That's gonna. I mean, the CPU power is gonna take care of itself.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that's going to get cheaper. I mean, even with the supply and demand issues with things like RAM and whatnot, eventually supply will catch up with and exceed demand, and prices will come down to an area. It might not be the next 6 months. It might not be the next 6 years, but it will get there. But not only something like Owncast, but I've talked to numerous software developers that are now building baseline tools to allow you to build on top of that. One of the ones that I'm super excited about is Ben Pate's Emissary, because you install it like a web server and then you access it and you can build with HTML, with CSS. You could do a WYSIWYG builder, build the website you want, and all the Fediverse stuff is handled for you underneath of it.
Oh, that's good.
And there's encrypted, they're working on encrypted DMs. So like, even if you're on a public instance, I'll be able to talk to you and there's no one that can interrupt in the middle. They're talking about new and interesting ways on how we can share who we like and who we sponsor. And like, we've gotten past how do we get these systems to talk to each other, right? We are multiple levels further. Like, the way that I always explain this is, especially with folks like us of the age, the internet existed before the web, right? It took Tim Berners-Lee to just kind of want to build something to kind of bring it all together to make it easier for people to do. And then they built the web browser to make you just download it. Like, those tools had to exist before we could be here today. There are people working on those hard problems right now. And again, I don't know if it'll be the next year, the next 2 years, the next 10 years. This isn't going away. There's too many people that are too interested in not being on Twitter. There's so many people that are interested in, I want to build the next social network. Well, that's great. We have 10 million people right here, and you can hook directly into it right now, or 20 million, I think was the last count or whatever. That's nothing compared to Twitter. But when you're starting at 0, that's a huge step up.
That is.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. However you slice it, 20 million people is a lot of people.
Yeah.
Can I go back to the phone thing for a minute? Because something else was in my head, and I'm amazed I've held on to this and not all that time. I'm usually Mr. Interrupt. But another thing about the phones is the American, because one of the things that I hate about these most,
fucking hate them,
is the surveillance capitalism side of it. You know, that's the problem I've got with them. But there's a case going on in the United States where some Graphenos apparently has like a wipe code, so you can say you unlock your phone, and you put in a code that just wipes the phone instead of unlocking it. And they're trying to class this as terrorism now. You know, or they're starting off with interfering with evidence, and they want to make it anybody that's running one of these is obviously a terrorist. You know. So
that's the thing Ozone mentioned earlier. This is the thing the US has been doing for a long time, starting with like oil companies. But as soon as you classify something as important to national security, gloves are off. Do whatever the fuck you want.
So it was really interesting too, because anything that kind of pushes that freedom of my device now is seen as subversive. When I worked at Red Hat, I freaked out some new employees when I said, you realize you're on an NSA watch list now, and they laughed, and I'm like, no, seriously. They came out and said that a couple years ago that they watched people that run Linux because they're seen as subversives. I want to run my computer. Like,
I mentioned this in chat the other day, but the irony of this is, this couldn't have happened without the end of the Cold War. Pre-Cold War, we're becoming all of the things that we claimed our enemies were. Authoritarian, repressive, anti-freedom, anti-personal expression. We're becoming, when you classify, what's the one in the UK that's classified as a terrorist organization?
Palestinian Action.
Palestine Action.
We are what we claimed the Soviet Union was. Not what it was, but what we, the evils of it.
The evil image that was projected by this side.
If you want a phone, there's only one choice. If you want this, there's only one choice. We're there with the oligopolies.
Well, I've said this because obviously the World Cup was going on, and it was a big deal that the Iranian team was here in the United States, and there's a lot of backlash. The governments need to represent the people. The people do not represent their government. I am against any government that targets and murders any people.
And that's all governments, I think, for the most part.
Right? Yeah. And it is. It's all of them, and it's horrible. Like, stating that you just
some are be able to live. Some are allowed to, and others aren't. They talk about international law when they don't. When people don't hold it, it's only when it suits them.
Yeah,
and isn't Trump trying to dismantle, trying to get rid of the ICC? Isn't he?
Trying to get rid of everything. He supposedly announced he's running for a fourth term. So,
what, a third term? You mean a fourth? What?
No. He announced he's running for a fourth.
Oh, he skipped the third. That's just taken for granted.
I guess.
Because he's already arranging to do that.
I was reading only this week.
Let's find something cheerful to end on.
Yeah. I mean, we almost had it with Owncast, because that is excellent, and I do think it's worth doing more with that as well.
Chris, give us a cheerful note to end on.
A cheerful note. Oh right, okay, a cheerful note. Well, I mean, cheerful note.
I mean, two fish in a tank. One says to the other, "How the hell do you drive this thing?"